we are. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of SNKronize. Let us know if all the audio and everything is okay at home. You guys can't see, but there is a cat right over. Yeah, there.
Now you can see a little bit of the
pause. Yeah.
Also, shout outs to EDL, I think it's
yeah,
which is just immediately it's Botan. That's it. Like moving forward, I'm going to guess Botan for every single silhouette.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, shout outs to Drunken Banana for 4 years of subscription as well. So thank you. The other thing too is that you know how is it Dino please or who's always does the Brian Badler?
There's the Brian behind it. I think it's Dino. Might be the one who does that.
Let's just bring this up right now. Yeah. Obviously, we're here to talk about the new character, the craziest silhouette out of all of them, and
that is not the one we're looking for.
It's because it's not refreshed yet.
There
you go. Oh, shout outs to Noah's Wild for the subscription. Sigma Nuts Cat Butts to go ahead and just type that in there for you guys. There you go. Sigma Nuts Cat Butts.
Welcome. Hi.
The interesting thing about this one, nice, is that I actually feel like this could be the most Brian Badler of them all, to be honest with you.
I mean, I would like that, but I don't think so by a long shot.
So here's the way that I'm seeing this here. So actually, I'm gonna have to use my cursor on this one. So let me find this. Let me open this up this way so you can actually see my mouse cursor. So let me switch this to the desktop view over here, and actually let me also turn us on as well so you can see us. Whoops, turn us. Not that way. Jesus. Okay.
Your words.
So there, and then let me capture the why does this say desktop not available over here? Okay, well, let's fix this here.
Something streaming is a blow up.
Yeah. What is happening here? What happened to this thing? Alright, I'm just gonna add a new one over here. But seriously,
it's just not having it today.
Well, I was actually streaming the Tuesday show this last week. Like, literally, it exploded. It was weird. Like, the stream, like, my computer just like at a soft reboot.
Ooh.
One of the monitors decided to stop working, and it was just like the weirdest thing. It was so weird, and it like messed everything up, and I was not happy about that. 1488 837 1488.
So yeah, in '97 it was literally just hold start on the character, like once they were available. That's pretty much how they've always been. Actually, no, '97 were they on a different row?
Which characters?
The Orochis.
Oh,
the
Orochis.
I know that Orochi, Yuri, and Leona were on their own row. I actually can't remember if the Orochis were still just hold start.
They've never been actually like an official team or anything like.
Yeah, they were on the different row. Yeah, because it was those three. It was all 5 Orochi forms were on their own row, and then '98 started the hold start. Yeah.
There's all that stuff, and there's the mystery. Okay, so
we spent so much time getting that set up.
Sorry about that. So the reason why I was thinking that is because you know that picture that you drew with the arm kind of coming up this way. Well, what if this was the head and that was the arm coming up, and this is actually their back, and this is a foot, right? And so he's like leaning back and like kind of diving backwards, so this is actually kind of the back of his head, and he's looking forward.
I mean, I get it, but also, so the little nub in the bottom left of the head shape, I think that's the ear.
Oh, right, yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, so what Chili Daddy says is this is a sleeve. Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, you could actually turn Brian Badler, that spinning image, but turn it upside down and, like, fit it in there a little bit upside down, so, But, I mean, I didn't think about this as a sleeve until you mentioned it, being like, this is Robert with holding the jacket.
Throwing his, like, coat over, and he's like, hey, like, maybe even, like, catching his coin or something.
Right, well, what do we got over here? We got,
the melee one's fantastic. Yeah, we can drag that one over.
The melee one is good. My favorite one that I saw was this one right here.
That one's a good one.
This one's
I'm a big fan of the Nelson one. Like, it makes a lot of sense.
Which one's the Nelson one again? I don't think I've seen that one
I think I retweeted it. Yeah, the Dan one's super funny. There's a lot of really funny ones.
Yeah.
I think
they've been smart about this because you're getting a lot of engagement off of these.
Yeah.
You know, like people making these memes and stuff like that. Can't.
Yeah, I don't think it's two people at all. I definitely think it's one person, and that's a fist up.
Yeah, it's so hard for me not to.
Oh yeah, that one's so good. Just put that on the screen. Just put that
I know.
On the screen.
I was just about to say.
We need to share that one.
What the heck?
It's so good.
How did that take so long to be drawn, dude? Oh, this one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's like at least, especially because like it's like I just threw together this rough sketch and it's like I can't make a finished picture that good.
Right.
But like that at least illustrates what I'm kind of thinking.
Right.
Except I feel like it's an ear instead of the cheekbone on the bottom left. Like he's more facing the camera.
Right. Right. But, I mean, this is probably a sleeve. But the thing is, Robert is kind of known for a jacket,
well,
right?
He's known for being that, like, really stylish kind of thing. So he could totally just throw a coat over his shoulder, you know, have a thumb, or have his fist up, and, like, that's it.
Yeah, it could be a jacket with a hood over here, too. I mean, obviously, it could also be a completely brand new character and catch us completely off. Yamazaki might not be a bad one either.
The thing is that Yamazaki's coat is super heavy, so you never see it, like, blowing in the wind unless he's literally dropping it. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm down, but...
The problem with the problem with the Robert theory is the hair.
Yeah, it does look a little pointy, but it could just be the way each of the stripes are going.
Yeah.
So, and the thing is again, I'm going a little bit with the bias towards the teams we know we have right now. You know, because I mean, if they throw in a third team right now, like that throws a pretty good monkey wrench in the works.
Right, exactly.
But if they're just going off of, you know, we've got Art of Fighting and Women Fighters team.
Yeah, or it's something. I mean, there's a lot of characters with fairly spiky hair too. Yeah. That I feel like it could be, or you know, like there was the Ryo and Robert version, right, with Robert leaning in it,
give him a dumbass look like, hey, yeah. And then people trying to sit here and give me hope that it's Gai Tendo.
Oh yeah,
making me feel a certain way.
Yeah, if it actually does turn out to be Gai Tendo, I will leave the studio.
You need to take Jasmine.
Yeah,
because I scared her enough with Chizuru.
Yeah, I need to.
I'm gonna get the notification on my phone. I'm gonna look down. I'm gonna see the word Guy, and you're just gonna hear me like give out a Ric Flair woo. Like it's gonna be bad.
Oh man.
Yo, if it's somehow a Hizoku, that would be sweet. But none of the existing Hizoku can like really fit that. Yeah, exactly. In the middle, that's definitely a fist. I'm 100% convinced.
You're pretty sure, because the thing is, that's a really, really gigantic fist.
No, it's not. Not with foreshortening.
You mean talking about like having it come forward?
Yeah. Oh, you have the camera back over there. So like, if I'm just like this, my fist is the size of my head on the camera.
Right. Yeah. And plus another thing is the fist's already pretty large in general in the graphics
in the renders.
Game. Yeah. Yeah. So this is a fist, and this is probably some. But I mean, they definitely did a good job picking a very weird silhouette. For this week.
I do like some people thinking it might be Genet's, because that would be a hell of a way to pull him out. The only thing is, I can't imagine him having his hand closed. He's always more like this. So yeah, like again, leaning towards like the idea of Nelson or something.
Hang on a second, let me do something really quick over here.
But yeah, like Nelson, Guy, maybe even just Ryo, could be Robert.
You're talking about this.
Yeah.
Genet's, right? But I mean, the thing over him is not really a coat, right?
And that's implying that there's no redesigns whatsoever.
Right, of course.
I mean, in all fairness, I think Genet's is a character that should be left the hell alone, because he's meant to be kind of like priestly. But could it be a hand holding a mask? That's maybe, but like that would only be like Mion.
No, that's Chris. Yeah, we don't need to do that over there.
Yeah, no, there's no way it's Geese. There's not enough showing really. I mean, I take it back. It's not no way it's Geese, but that would be a big surprise. The Kukri with a sand dummy. That would be pretty funny.
Kukri. Oh, man. What is going on here? Why is there a KOF time? Oh, I see.
The lead artist.
Oh, okay.
That's actually a really cool little video.
Nice.
But yeah, no, I'm pretty convinced it's going to be Robert. I think that's the safe bet, because they need to start like grilling out the rest of the teams they have shown.
Yeah, and we're still not even sure exactly how that KOF team, because Robert could show up and they still not be done with the teams, right? Because King, it could be on either King and Yuri could be on either. Well, so
team. if it's Robert, then you know that we're getting Ryo.
Right.
And that's the end of the team. Yeah. If it's Ryo, we have no idea what the fuck's going on.
Right.
Because like they have to then say that the team is done and it's the 11 Art of Fighting team, or they don't, and we're either getting Takuma or Marco.
Yeah, one of the things that always is funny to me is that they've introduced King and Mai already, and neither of them were reserved as this quote leader of the team.
Yeah, which I mean, who even knows if that's actually a factor anymore?
Right. Yeah. I mean, it felt like they were revealing the leader at the very end.
Until Yashiro,
right?
Yashiro screwed that up a bit.
Well, I mean, is Yashiro technically the leader? I always thought Chris was the leader.
Just because Yashiro is the reason they joined the tournament to begin with.
Right? Yeah.
Chris just became Orochi.
Okay.
Chris isn't in charge of shit.
Gotcha. So it can be any order that they want. Because I was joking with you earlier, like, what if they did King, Mai, and then Chun-Li all of a sudden comes out of nowhere, and then...
I mean, you're lucky we were outside, otherwise I'd have been ready to flip a table on that one.
Because, then all of a sudden the fifth character in Street Fighter will be revealed to be Mai, but we already know it can't be Mai because there's only 2 costumes for that character. You know, if it was Mai, there would be 9 costumes.
Yeah, it's just going to be Terry again.
Terry I know, right?
Terry will be in everything except Tekken.
Right. Oh, man.
Yeah. No, I mean, and the thing is, like, I'm totally even fine with having, like, Chun-Li be a guest character or something. That's fine. But you don't put them on an established team.
Right, yeah.
You just say, all right, well, guess what? Now we have a Street Fighter team.
Right.
You don't put them on that.
But, yeah, this one here, this is, I mean, clearly one of the weirdest silhouettes, and I'm like, obvious, like, I don't think that they're designing the art with the silhouette in mind. I'm pretty sure all of this art has been created ahead. Yeah, she's just
being weird.
They like to rub their face on.
Yeah, she's licking it.
Was she licking it?
She was licking the outside of it.
Oh, well, she licks everything.
Yeah, I mean, like, literally at this point, it's more like I'm not even that.
I
concerned.
like the Woody and Buzz idea.
Oh, yeah. Everywhere.
Yeah.
But I'm not even like that concerned with who it is. More, I just want to see the silhouette and see exactly like who was on the right track.
But the funny thing is, like, what I was saying was, like, they have, I don't think they're creating the art with the silhouette in mind. I think all the art was created ahead of time. But I'm wondering if they looked at all the art and were like, you know what? These are ones that are kind of more obvious, and here's where it starts getting weird. Let's start saving the weird ones. I mean, some people, is the silhouettes are modified a bit?
Yeah, they're tweaked slightly. Like, you'll see, like, if you look at the My silhouette, there's, like, a chunk on the bottom that doesn't make any sense. And, like, sometimes they'll, like, smooth out some of the rougher edges.
But, I mean, was the chunk, when the actual art came out, the chunk just wasn't there?
It was not there. It was just, like, I think someone, like, slipped with a pen tool in Photoshop and just left that. And, like, whatever.
Oh man, because I just imagine if they actually did it with like that with a pen tool, like we wouldn't be getting all the little subtle details.
Oh, we keep
here.
Some of them, but some of them are still like touched up. Like if you look at some of the old silhouettes and then look at the image we get, like you can pick out a few tweaks here and there. It's just to make it like a better silhouette, not a perfect silhouette, that kind of thing.
I just feel like that there's a way that I got to imagine there's a way they're doing it automatically though, because like I just feel like
that's a 10-minute process in Photoshop. And I mean, honestly, it's probably KK doing it.
Right, that's probably true. Ice Climbers was a good one. I like that
was a funny one. By the way, shout outs to KK. Congratulations, he got his home loan. So he's gonna, he was like really trying to get a home loan, and it's just like He's been having trouble with it every turn. He just found out he got approved, so I'm super stoked.
Oh, that's cool. Okay. I forgot. I thought he was living in Japan.
He is.
Oh, so he got a home loan in Japan. Yeah. Oh, dang. Okay, okay.
Yeah, so like he's married, has a kid and everything, and they've been trying to like buy a house, and they just got approved. So super happy for him. He's been so nervous about that.
Yeah, I know that isn't easy.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, this silhouette is a
Sultan Cobra. First off, I agree. Shang Fei is awesome. I'm totally down.
Shang Fei.
I should have a fun little item to show next week then.
Shang Fei. Why do I remember her looking a specific way? Which game was she in?
She's in 99.
I mean, I know what she looks like, but I'm just like picturing.
She's originally from Real Bout 2.
Right. I'm just picturing the animation in a weird way, but okay.
And you could look her up.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's originally from Real Bout 2, but then she was in 99, 2000, and 2001. I think, and then O2 UM. It's
just weird because, like, I remember what she looks like, but my memory right now is of a weird animation style of her that makes her almost look like a 3D-ish, but not 3D animation kind of thing, you know?
Oh, she wasn't in 2000? I can't remember 2000 that terribly well, but
Shang Fei right there.
That sounds right. Well, she's got the fancy like
Shang Fei is what I'm gonna call her. So
that makes sense. She's got kind of fancy pants in her animations and stuff, but she also has she in KOF O2 UM she got to keep her like jump into the background and move forward like Real Bout.
Look how mad she looks, dude. That is a yell right there if I'm seeing that right.
Oh yeah, she's got a very animated face.
Yeah.
Just,
look at that, dude. Oh, it's even up there too.
Yeah.
Wait.
Oh, okay. 2001's art is goofy. You just have to accept that.
Is that just how she looks the entire time up there?
I think so. Or like her wind pose or something.
Okay. Or is someone just doing something goofy because what is this in the...
01 is a goofy game sometimes. Like, look up Yuri's wind portrait in 01. And yes, she very much loves food.
I mean, that has to be edited, right? I mean... Yuri win pose KOF 11 2001
and it's the win portrait, but you'll know. Yeah, there it is, the first one.
Oh, that right there. Oh, okay.
That's her win portrait in 2001. Oh yeah, and she eats like Goku.
Interesting. Okay,
not all of the game art is horrendous. Like, there's some of them I like. I think Mary's is pretty interesting, although she got some distinct enhancements. I love that picture. Just,
what is even happening here?
I need to make you play 2001 one of these days.
Oh my god!
Like, the game is broken as all hell, but some of the art is just hilarious.
Jeez.
Speaking of hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was a good enough time to show this.
Oh, okay.
So, I've been, as you know, I buy random crap from the SNK online stuff.
Right,
I probably spend way too much. We have friends who will help us, obtain items. So, I managed to get my hands on... Yeah, you need to just put them together.
Well, no, I was also going to switch
cameras, of course, because...
so we can actually see this a little bit better here.
And I'm sure you've noticed I like the acrylic stand stuff. So, it's a Leona. Oh, that's a cute little salute. Why is she saluting? I wonder.
And you said the story behind this is that this was a glitch.
Yep.
That she saluted
as their intro.
Right, because she saluted the people that she respected.
She salutes other members of like Hydron's military.
Right, yeah.
And then suddenly Chang.
Yeah. I mean, can I open this and stick them in the acrylic stand here and everything like that? So.
Yeah, I mean that's also where the shirt's from. It's the sweet like geese.
Right.
I love this.
What, does it say the future is now down there?
It does.
Oh, nice. Okay. So that's actually an official SNK shirt then, huh?
Yup.
Okay.
Oh, there's straight up a gift for it. Perfect.
Oh, nice. Okay. Let's see here.
Yeah. I'll squeeze in the other one.
Oh, that's right. In 14, they acknowledged.
Oh yeah, the 14 one where they can just let it happen. Like, yeah, it's no longer a bug. We're just gonna acknowledge it.
Right.
But
even he salutes back.
Yeah,
now.
I love it. Instead of him picking his nose, he salutes back.
It'd be so funny if they use this as a reason, like do some whole canon thing that it actually turns out that Chang long time ago was part of the.
There is such a fan theory on that.
Really?
Like it's a bug. They confirm it's a bug, but people have tried to like give headcanon for it.
There you go. So here's the stand right here. Nothing but Leona and Chang down there, and having them salute each other.
So when like there was it was like 6 different pairings, or like almost maybe 9 different pairs of these got released, but literally I saw this one, I was like, I absolutely need this one.
Right, that's actually hilarious.
I got the Terry and Geese one as well, but like this was priority one.
Right, Geese. Yeah, I mean, it's like all the different Leona graphics and the different Chang art.
Yeah, like say like 96, 97, 98.
Yeah, if you guys can see that. Yeah.
I always love the one of Chang eating his chain. Just
It's actually hilarious.
I love it.
I mean, I think SNK should just take it and turn it into some like crazy like secretly hide her and said, by the way, Chang is a fugitive because, you know, such and such and all this other thing.
Oh,
you know?
yeah, like they committed a war crime and that's why he got arrested, but he's still loyal, so he keeps his damn mouth shut.
Right, yeah.
Some shit like
or
that.
something like that, yeah. It's like my America team headcanon stuff. So.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Like they rescued him as a POW.
Like, I think that would be amazing.
So how are we doing on time?
We've got like
6:24, not bad.
Half an hour here before we find out who the heck this crazy silhouette is over here. This thing. Man.
Like, I think it's got to be either Robert or Nelson. Anyone other than that will at least be surprising, and I will freaking scream if certain things occur.
Yeah.
Choi has missed, 3? And Chang's missed 2? I think, something like that.
Wait, there was actually a game where Chang was there and no Choi? Which one was that one?
I believe 03?
Why was Choi not there?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Man.
Oh, we're not stopping just because the game comes out. We just won't be looking at new trailers.
Right, we'll be doing other things.
Now we've actually already talked about that.
Yeah, I know. We'll probably just be playing the game.
Yeah, worst case scenario, we're just gonna like shoot the shit and play. But there's always shit to talk about.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you know, SNK has been around longer than I have, I think. At least pretty close. And KOF has been around longer than a fair amount of its fan base. So we're never going to actually run out of things to talk about.
I mean, I think Robert... the hair. It's the hair that bothers me about Robert, to be honest with you.
Yeah, so. But if it's just like pulled back in a ponytail and like off the shot... And yeah, Malin replaced Choi in 03. And then Chang was still in that game, I believe.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, and then neither of them were in 11. Compare the meta of newer KOFs to old ones.
Oh, just like the strategy and stuff like that?
I mean, I can literally narrow it down to quick max existing.
Right.
That's a large part of it.
No, don't worry. The SNKronize is not going anywhere after this is done, so we'll be doing that for a while.
I did kind of think about Maxima. I thought that was like cool, but Maxima keeps his clothing on because he's a robot.
Right.
He doesn't like change any more than ripping his shirt open for chest cannon. Am I getting notifications for... okay. That's right. By the way, happy Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, jeez, I didn't even realize that. Yeah, okay. Happy Cinco de Mayo.
That's probably something we should,
well, then,
say.
I mean, isn't Robert Garcia...
He's Italian.
He's Italian, huh?
He's Italian.
Okay. Gotcha. Garcia, Italian, huh?
I don't bloody know. And even if he's not Italian, it's Spain rather than Mexico. So.
Yeah.
Even though Art of Fighting 3 takes place in Mexico, I digress.
But wait, don't they celebrate Cinco de Mayo in Spain, or is it only a Mexican thing?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, because it's an Independence Day kind of thing, isn't it? Yeah.
The U.S. celebrates it way more because we just want an excuse to drink.
Right.
Like, that's what it comes down to.
I mean, it's the same thing as St. Patrick's Day, right? You celebrate that just so you can go to the bars, pubs, and drink.
I mean, I like green beer. And I like Shamrock Shakes.
Okay, fair enough. You know, I've never had a Shamrock Shake.
I still cannot believe that.
I've never had a Shamrock Shake, so maybe it
will. No.
Oh, man.
Yeah, there are a lot of characters this could be.
Yeah, I mean, this one is crazy enough, and I'm just wondering, like...
It is not just a green milkshake. It has a hint of mint to it.
A hint of mint.
The thing is, not everyone can taste it.
Oh, okay.
Now, anyone who tells me that it's just green, no. But not everyone can taste it. It does have a hint of mint to it.
Interesting.
But it's kind of like, I think it might be the same issue that, like, some people taste cilantro and it tastes like soap.
Right, yeah.
That it kind of, like, neutralizes or something.
Yeah, different people have those tastes.
Yeah, I've known a lot of people who are like, it's just green food coloring in a vanilla milkshake. And I'm like, no!
It could be Shenwu with his shirt off.
I mean, if you think it tastes like toothpaste, that's up to you. I think it's fucking delicious.
Yeah. I mean, I should at least just try it to see. Well, I mean, if you say cilantro is horrible, you're one of those people that think cilantro probably tastes like soap then.
Yeah, and for me, cilantro is just like budget mint.
Right, and the funniest thing for me is that, like, I'm not one of the people, I think, who can taste bean sprouts, but I still don't like bean sprouts. Because bean sprouts, I know for, like, well, they said, like, 50% of the population that bean sprouts is super, like, bitter. Like, it's just, like, bitter.
Maybe that's why I like it.
I don't taste anything from them, but I just don't like the texture of it, that's all.
Yeah, I mean, human texture.
Yeah, for me, texture is the most important thing for food, so...
I do not think that's Shenwu by any means. Also, Shen's head is a little wide. Shen's like a little puffier.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Right. Yeah. Cinco de Mayo was a battle won against the French Army. Not even a war, just a battle.
Yeah, I think I saw something on Twitter today. It was basically them celebrating just beating one guy. Like, what it comes down to is just basically we're going to party because fuck that guy in particular.
Right, Yeah, it's not subjective. It's literally tastes like soap to them. Yes, that is one of the genetic things. Like I said,
it's a weird like chemical.
The bean sprout one is the same thing. The bean sprout one is the same. I wonder if it's the same gene.
I doubt it, but I also kind of wouldn't be surprised.
Okay.
So I mean, one thing is I was looking at the silhouette and talking about like other characters. Like, and you know what it really reminds me of is Ed from Street Fighter V. Where he's wearing like the kind of like bison costume.
Yeah.
You just take the hat off and it's Ed.
And he's holding the hat. That's just the hat. Right?
But then he's got like the cape jacket thing going on where it's like actually a jacket, but he's just wearing it only on his shoulders somehow, defying all logic.
Yeah, so I'm curious to see what this character is.
Cinco de Mayo was started over a bar fight and whether Rugula's tournament allowed.
Ed Street Fighter Terry Bogard. That doesn't seem right to me. I can't disrespect Terry Bogard that way.
I was gonna say, like, you saying all white people look the same?
I said nothing.
Terry is way better than Ed will ever be.
What if it's Takuma?
I don't know how. Also, Takuma again is a little stocky for that.
But like,
and Takuma tends to be barehanded.
What if this is the Takuma mask, and we just can't see because the nose is pointing
forward?
Dude,
if he's actually got the karate mask, that would be kind of
like
sick.
If he's just holding the Mr. Karate mask and the sleeves are over there, maybe it is Takuma.
Yeah, I don't think that's likely.
Oh,
it'd be cool.
Jasmine is.
Oh, she's in nap mode.
She's in nap mode, but she's also, I think.
Yeah, the Jar Jar Binks and like Gator jokes and stuff are amazing.
Jar Jar Binks? What?
Oh, have you not seen the Jar Jar Binks one?
No. Oh, yeah.
It's just a giant Jar Jar head.
Yeah, with the eyes and the mouth over here on the right.
Yeah,
right?
Saying Ed is discount Rock Howard, like I buy that one. Like that's a bit more accurate. And I even like Ed.
Jasmine has knocked so many things onto the floor.
What are you looking for?
Oh, there they are. Like, you said you'd be excited if Guy Tendo showed up, right?
Yeah. yeah.
But for me, you know, I mean, if it actually showed up and was Takuma, obviously I would be super stoked for Takuma because, you know, that's my character.
Yeah.
I need Takuma.
Why do we have two of the same camera now?
Yeah, because I just wanted to zoom in on this one, so...
Why don't you just switch it to that camera, and then you can pull it up to the camera?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Gotcha. You're telling me to do... Oops, that's the wrong one. Oh, God, this is a nightmare here.
It's so many things.
I know, right?
There we go.
I have to play Takuma.
Oh, yeah.
I have to play Takuma, right?
Oh, he understands his obligation.
If Takuma's in the game, this is my character right here, automatically, right?
Yeah, if you weren't here for it, that was one pack.
Yeah, a pack of 8 cards, in which 2 of them are guaranteed to be like the quite rare one, the special, like, and then the other 6 are something. And I opened the pack and I got this. So I got Takuma. I literally got this in a pack. I still want to see the person who was sitting there watching these packs get sealed and saw that and was probably laughing or something. Actually, no, that never happened. Because remember, this didn't become the 6 Takumas until I touched the pack.
Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah, it was definitely not.
More reality manipulation?
Yeah.
You know, like the opposite of Domino?
Yeah, exactly. That is my superpower. That's what I'm claiming my superpower
Reality
is.
manipulation for bad luck.
Yeah, that's what I've been claiming my superpower has been for quite some time at this point.
Also, for the record, if it's Rob Python, that would be so sick.
Who the hell is Rob Python?
One of the other characters from Bariki 1.
Oh, interesting.
He's a boxer. The problem is that would also kind of invalidate Nelson. So, like, I find that kind of disconcerting.
God, that's crazy. I typed in Bariki 1, Rob, and it still tried to give me Rob Schneider and Rob Zombie. Like, it just doesn't know.
Rob Schneider in...
this guy here?
Yeah, that's him.
Let's see here.
I like how you, like, added a filter and then made it harder to find him.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, all right.
Jeez. Estegard.
We bought them online. I think we got them actually from AliExpress. Was one of the only places because they're a Chinese-produced KOF card set. So you have to find places that'll actually sell stuff from the Chinese markets. So basically, AliExpress. Kitty, if you want to actually help in the chat, that would be a good way to do it.
Actually, good.
AliExpress, I wouldn't... Trustworthy is a bit of a fuzzy way to say it. Like, most of the time, you'll get your stuff, and it's really cheap, and they do have, like, refunds and stuff, but it's not, like, a perfect guarantee. But, like, the stuff was legit.
So, that's a sick picture of him, by the way.
Is that the recent one from, like, this year's, like, thread?
I don't know. It's a good picture.
It's pretty sick.
But I mean, honestly, having...
Thank you, Saryu.
Oh, there you go.
The clip of you opening the pack.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, I'm really becoming like a huge fan of Hiroaki as I like look at some of the stuff I missed and some of the stuff he's been making lately. I'm like, yo, goddamn.
Cause what was I about to say? Like this like definitely could be a boxing glove and like a coat, like, you know, like one of those boxing coats and stuff like that. But it's just the hair, right? So,
but again, redesign.
I mean, maybe it's Heavy D redesign. Maybe he lost the mohawk or something.
I think that would be a bad decision.
Yeah, that would be a bad decision for sure. Unless he can be like Benimaru, right? And he's just like the hair is down and he just like, you know, static electricity.
I'm on board.
Up. Which is still one of the coolest things of CVS 2 that they did.
Yeah.
With Benimaru's intro where he like
Ferritor? Holy shit.
What the hell? That was a left field one. But yeah, okay, that makes sense. I get it.
I got Jasmine's hair up my nose.
Yeah,
it's
that's
the worst.
What Jasmine does, dude. She's just chilling here. I mean, like, I don't know. She's just being like super like this is almost dog-like of like how chill
little
she's
lap
being.
cat.
Yeah, I mean, look at this. Look at this thing. It's just chilling here. I put these napkins on the keyboard to try to prevent her from running onto the keyboard. Now she uses the napkins as a pillow is what she's doing at this point in time.
Yeah. Also, 100%. The left object is definitely a fist, and then it's some sort of jacket or something. Again, that's kind of why I'm still thinking Robert, like, slinging his, like, dapper coat.
Dude, Flashy Flash, all of my Teppen luck disappeared. Like, I used to have actually good Teppen luck, but that, for pulling cards, but that all just vanished. And
hello,
now
sir.
It's awful. Now I have basically the worst Teppen pull luck ever.
But, yeah, I mean, I'd be 100% down for this to be a left field character. But I don't think this is going to be someone, like, too surprising.
I started to spread the Takuma cards, and Jasmine immediately threw her paw on my hand.
No touchy. You keep safe. Nah, again, I just think it's going to be something pretty, like, simple, normal. It happens in 20 minutes.
Yep.
7 p.m. Pacific.
Man. Okay. I'm just super curious who this can be, because this is just like, what is this?
Hey, you be nice to each other.
Yeah, I know, these cats, that's like the one thing that I'm most sad about my cats, is that they don't get along particularly well.
They act like siblings.
Yeah, they act like real siblings.
Mm-hmm. They boop each other, or they don't.
Yeah. Well, siblings that don't get along in any case.
I mean, they get along, but within reason. Like, we get along, asterisk.
Right, Power Walk from 13? Which one's the Power Walk? Is that the one where he bashes you with the knees and into your face? I mean,
or like the Fireball into Auto Dash.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which one.
I tell you, King Chris, I want my freaking...
Oh yeah, because he walks like a boss in that game.
I just want... Oh, the Justice Forward Walk, gotcha. No, I really freaking want the sports team so badly. Like, I think I would get super hype if the sports team showed up. Mm-hmm. That's my dream right there, is the sports team getting in here. Oh, man.
All right, so we got 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I want to cover the other topic yet.
Yeah, not yet.
I think we can save that one for...
Just wait a little bit. Dude, I mean, that's just the funny thing. Like, I mean, I think I'm not the only one that wants the sports... Wow, Jasmine is reaching...
The sports team still has, like, a pretty solid following. And, again, like, the only canon entry they've been in is 94.
Right, exactly.
So they could use some help.
And they weren't even in 2002, right? They didn't even put him in 2002. So they have only even been in one dream match, and they didn't even bother putting them in any other dream matches as well.
So, on Speedwagon's point, the sports team story should be everyone congratulating them coming back from the dead, even though they never died. And I've been thinking, like, well, I mean, their careers did.
Yeah, oh, man.
So, I mean, close enough.
Right, God, what was it? I mean... There was the because I remember you were saying, like, you know, you used to play Duelon in 11, and then Duelon changed so drastically in 13, and you know, you were talking about how it's kind of like, oh, you know, my character changes so much between games, and I made the joke that that's why you would play the sports team then, because you never have to worry about that. Yeah.
It's also though why I'm glad I don't play Robert.
Right.
That man has been like a Shoto and a like charge character.
Right.
And...
Yeah. But yeah, the sports team, like, I'm like super hyped for the sports team, man. I mean, but it would be awesome if they came back and they were like, oh dang, so after Ash did all that stuff, like Elizabeth would come in and be like, so after Ash did all that stuff, you guys came back to life, and they'd be like, we never died. And you're like, where have you guys been?
We kept getting our invites taken. Yeah. Like, shatter all expectations. We actually let them keep their invite.
Yeah, right. I mean, maybe that was the biggest thing that Ash changed, was that suddenly their invite wasn't stolen anymore.
Yeah, like it's actually, like they actually check IDs. It's not like, hey, here's an invite. If you beat someone up and take it, it's your invite now. It's like, no, this invite is specifically directed to...
It's like the ending of Back to the Future 2, you know, where the guy shows up in the car and he's like, I've been holding on to this letter forever. Ash actually created an invite for them way back in the past and just left it there to be passed down by the Wells Fargo company or whatever. Oh, man.
We're not positive who's running this KOF, but it appears to still be Antonov.
Antonov. So he's one of the bosses that hasn't died yet, right?
Yeah, because he was the organizer of 14, and he's actually a decent human being.
Right. So, so he's not actually kind of like a evil...
Oh, no. Like, he's kind of a goof. And, like, he's still, like, a businessman, so he does some, like, morally questionable things to, like, his employees. But he's a good dude.
Now, here's the question, though. This is the main kind of question here. Is obviously, and we're going to actually go over this in a little bit. We'll talk about this a little bit. But Orochi is the first saga. The Nest is the next saga. And then the Ash is the third saga, right? But technically, this is the end of the Ash saga. Well, I mean, 14 was, right?
No. 13's the end of Ash Saga. 14's a new saga. It's it's the Shunei saga.
Oh, so 14's already started the new saga. Okay, but we don't have like a big bad or whatever the main threat is so far, right?
Not yet.
We have no idea what's going on.
I mean, the only thing is that like it's kind of implied that it's always going to come back to Verse because it's implied that Verse is also the source of Shunei's power.
Okay, and Verse is who's
the fiery floaty hands thing,
right?
From 14,
from 14,
which is the thing that died that brought everyone back from the dead.
Oh, okay. So Verse is kind of the
Verse and Shunei are like the crux of this arc.
Right. Okay.
So, but it's still like whatever happens in 15 is going to see more like what exactly the hell is going on.
And what exactly is Shunei's backstory right now? It hasn't been firmly established yet.
Much. He's got the red and blue superpowers. He's trying to figure him out, and Tongue helped him kind of suck less. It's like
wow, Sultan hates Verse as a character, huh?
Yeah, that's reasonable.
What did Verse ever do to you? No, Verse is because Shunei has the blue and the red hands as well, right? And that's kind of like Verse.
Yep, chat's got it right there. Shunei's backstory is Tongue found me because I don't know what I'm doing. Mysterious, uncontrollable power. That's it. Come get these hands. Yeah, chat knows what's up.
I mean,
there is not much to Shunei yet.
Considering how much, the lore for KOF has been so strong for so long, if his lore turns out to if Shunei's lore doesn't get fleshed out and Verse's lore doesn't get fleshed out, people are gonna be mad, huh?
I mean, it depends on. It's one of those things like sometimes you can have a cool story without a big bad because the rest of the universe fleshed out. You know, like I mean, look at KOF 13. Like the Ash's story is really important, but there's also so much going on with like Hydern and the agents teams. You know, all those characters working in the background that have nothing to do with the tournament and the final fight.
Right. So I'm just really curious to see what they're gonna do because I mean the Ash saga, the Nest saga, and the Orochi saga feel like there's so much at stake and all this stuff like this, and 14 didn't really seem to establish any of that, right?
Not as much, but it seems like it's more. It's kind of like I've talked about, like the game. It's like we make this game that's like the prototype,
right?
And then the next game we perfect it. So this game's story is probably going to be kind of lit, because they had to just make that game work.
But so here's the question. Here's another question regarding that whole thing. Has any of the other sagas taken like a game like this to actually kind of establish, or because they got going right away, right?
Pretty much.
Because the Orochi saga ended with Kyo getting kidnapped, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Now, in all fairness, though, they were also on the same hardware, so they could develop more time into everything else rather than building 1,000 new character models.
Right.
And yeah, like K-Dash didn't have too much going on in 99, but at least like you understood what nests was.
Yeah, but 94 was such a concept, and they were just probably trying to see if it would even be successful, and they could keep making more games,
not to mention 94, like they wanted Rugal to do more dumb shit.
Right.
And they're like, yeah, we can't fit.
Because the whole thing about it is every saga is technically about 3 games, right? So 94 doesn't count.
It's exactly 3 games, but 94 is like setting the stage for 95.
94 just didn't really have a cohesive story, right? It was just kind of like a, hey, look, we're the game with all of our guest characters thrown in
like,
there.
It's fuzzy.
Right, But then it was 95, 96, 97.
Is the real Orochi saga.
And then 99, 2000, 2001.
Correct.
And then 2002 was the Dream Match. 2003 was the start of the Ash Saga. Then 11, and then 13, basically, because 12 doesn't count.
Because 12 is the budget Dream Match.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't even count as a Dream Match. They're just using it as the slot because there's always one non-canon game in it.
And they had to kick the game out the door so they could, finish doing what they had to do.
Right, exactly.
Because I didn't even realize, like, how close the release of 13 was after 12.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it feels like a lot of that situation where it was just like, we're running out of money to make 13, to make the game that we want. So, you know what? Let's release 12 early. And, in a lot of cases, it sounds lame, but at the same time, it also gets to that point where they're like, okay, maybe the zoomed in Art of Fighting super zoom wasn't as nice as it could have been. And so
that's a matter of opinion.
Yeah, but I mean, because 13 didn't zoom in the way that 12 did.
At least not as much.
Right, exactly. So...
Yeah, see, some people preferred it. 12 has good qualities. It's like the cohesive package may fall short, but it has a few things that are it's pretty key. And yeah, 12 just had to be out the door.
Right.
But also 12 and 13 weren't published in the West by SNK. Just probably to save money. Yeah.
11 and 12. Yeah, I mean, you have one of the world's foremost 11 experts here.
I wouldn't say expert, but huge fucking fan, and I know a good amount.
Okay, I don't mean expert in terms of gameplay necessarily. I just mean everything to know about 11 that exists basically. So, yeah, 11 is one of your favorite fighting games of all time. It feels like at this point, maybe
that's not
your
even
favorite.
A question.
Yeah, maybe actually your favorite.
It's literally like that, and then maybe Marvel 3.
Which is Marvel. I mean, you liking it as much as Marvel 3 is an impressive thing to say the least.
I absolutely love 11, and my literal dream game is just 11 If I could make any game ever that I ever wanted, I would literally just say 11.
Because that's the craziest thing is that the Ash Saga doesn't have a game, right? So, but then again, that's because
it's only 98 and 02.
Right, because there is no official Dream Match, and so they could technically pick any game they wanted to and 11 is the one game that really hasn't gotten any good releases at home.
It has not been re-released since PS2.
And again, 11 to me seems like the way that the game plays. If you guys aren't familiar with it, it's obvious. It's actually tag team, and it's wild. This game is. You've been showing me all the match footage, and it's crazy and. I feel like the game would actually be far more popular had it
not released in the Dark Ages?
Not released in the Dark Ages, and there's a lot to it too, because if it was on the original hardware, it would have been released a lot more in Mexico and China and stuff like that, because it was a new cabinet, it was the Adamus wave, it probably didn't get spread in those countries that well either, and because it was on there during the time period where it was iffy on porting arcade to home versions as much, there wasn't really any home versions except for the bootleg PS2 version or whatever.
I mean, the PS2 version's fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
But it never came out in America.
Oh, right? It definitely did. I own 2 copies of it.
Oh, okay.
It did. It was also dirt cheap and very limited print run.
Right.
It released as a $20 game, and case in point, every GameStop only got 2 copies of it.
Right. And the other thing, too, is that the popularity of KOF has never been based on the console. It's been based on the arcade cabinet version,
pretty
right?
much.
I feel like that's the case, right? So I just feel like 11 was released at a time and in a situation where everyone was doing this weird 2D, 3D transition, and everybody was confused and everything. And so I just feel like 11 never got the public appreciation that it
never
got
the chance it deserved.
Yeah.
Also, to comment on that, the KOF 11 PS2 version is on international PS3 stores, but that means it also comes with the PS2 classic input lag problems. So it's basically unplayable.
Oh, interesting. Flashy Flash says he thinks Mago says he loved 11.
But I'm sure of it. A lot of people do.
Yeah.
A lot of people do.
And
like,
so,
it's at least like someone's pocket favorite.
Right. I mean, here's the thing: is like, I just feel like this game is perfectly set up to have a kind of game. You know, not because I don't want like KOF. I'm not trying to imply like KOF should do that over say 13 because it's the best.
I will.
You know, but like I'm saying,
I'll say
like,
we need 11 more than 13 anything.
Right, because the thing is that 13 everyone loves 13 as it is, and I just think 11 kind of deserves that kind of shot. You know what I mean? So
yeah, and the thing is that if they made it like an 11 they could circumvent some of the things I've been hearing about it being kind of caught up in legal trouble because it was released on the Sega Sammy Adams wave, and then it was released on the PS2, which gives them some dibs on exclusivity.
Oh, weird.
All this weird shit. So if you make an 11 you can circumvent that. It's like, it's a new game.
Right, exactly. So, I mean, yeah, all of us want 15 to catch on, but again, it's going to be about the netcode. If it doesn't... is what, Ultimate Match?
Depends on which one.
Yeah, that's right.
98 Ultimate Match and 2002 Unlimited Match.
Right.
And even that's not entirely true because I've been talking a lot with Kane Blue River about KOF 11, and the only reason he ever got to play it was because of the PS2 port.
Right.
And so he picked like the console exclusive characters, and
the way that 11 is so crazy and everything, KOF 11 would be Unga Match.
In
KOF 11 Unga Match.
Let's just make it more dumb. Because the thing is, it doesn't need even that much of an update.
It's part of where the 2D God part of his name came from.
Fuck yeah.
Do we have did you just look that up, Flashy Flash, and found that somewhere? Because I mean, I just think that it's a game that, with as much as people love shit like MK9, like MVC2, MVC3, like we are obsessed with kind of broken, wild, crazy
we need some bat shit.
Yeah, and I feel like 11 is like the KOF that falls into that category.
No, whenever I talk to someone who's never played 11, I just describe it as the Marvel vs. Capcom of KOFs.
Right, and like I said,
that game is bat shit.
Yeah, because like I said, when I watch it, because like I said, Olaf's been just, every time we eat lunch, he's like, here, James, you're watching this. And I'm like, I'm going to, and then like I'm tied in the chair and I have like the tape is white.
I don't own that much rope.
Yeah,
Come on.
The tape, I guess that's true. I mean,
it's actually an extension cord.
No, I'm kidding. It's fun to watch. So I'm enjoying watching it. But I mean, like the game is fucking wild. Like that game is crazy. And so I just feel like 11 would be super cool for them to do. And the nice thing about it is like this is something that I feel like there's a lot of situations where we'll be like, someone should do this, but it's never gonna happen. But I mean, this is viable, and Code Mystics exists. Code Mystics has already been pretty dang good. Now, obviously, they probably have to put in a lot of extra works to figure out a way to emulate
it properly,
KOF 11 properly. But
yeah, but I mean, again, like if it's not emulating, if you're making it a whole new update,
KOF stands for You Batshit Crazy Match.
I mean,
Unga, that's what it is, right? I mean, Unga is just about the same thing right there.
03, not so good.
Yeah.
It's definitely the prototype for 11.
Yeah, and you had said 2003 and Coliseum, right? Were kind of not Coliseum.
Neo-Wave.
Neo-Wave,
Neo-Wave came out first on the Adamus wave as them to just kind of get their feet wet because it's just, let's port 02 and add some shit. Mm-hmm. And then they made Battle Coliseum, and then 11 came out, and you're like, it's perfect.
Right, yeah. No, I mean, yeah, Andres, I know you said that Neo-Wave's not that good, right?
Not a fan.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because, so what Showbiz is saying here is very similar to my experience with KOF, is that I knew a lot. Like, I paid attention to 97 around, but then 98.
Yeah.
Right? And then 99, I knew of it. You know, I knew it started going strikers. I knew about the nests a little bit. 2000 started getting a little blurry. And then basically by the time 2002 hit, all the way up until 11, like I have, like that's literally like someone, I either got hit in the head and I was out during that
just
time.
A dead zone.
Yeah, like literally there's no knowledge or information in my brain about KOF during that period. I mean,
it was partly the Dark Ages, partly the, you know, them recovering from the bankruptcy.
Right,
And then the 03 is the last Neo Geo KOF.
Right. And then the other thing too was that was when they switched the naming. Right, 11 was the first time they went because it stopped being annual, and that actually, for people who didn't keep up with the game, I think kind of confused people a little bit. Like they almost should have probably called it KOF 2005, KOF 11 2005.
Yeah, you can't do that because they already reserved that year naming convention bullcrap for the American release of Maximum Impact.
Did they really?
Yep, Max Impact is 2006, I believe.
Oh,
something
Jesus.
Like that.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, because like I feel like if they had done that and slowly transitioned, it wouldn't have been confusing. But even to this, even though it's super obvious, because they never mixed it, and there's a 2003 and there's an 11, my brain still has trouble placing those two games in release order.
Yeah, Max Impact 2 is 2006. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's something like that.
It's really weird.
Also, go ahead and prep the YouTube channel. We're approaching our time.
Oh yeah, the YouTube channel. But I mean, if anybody gets the link, just dump it in the chat. Like if anybody says like it's out, just dump the link in the chat because my control refresh isn't working a lot of the times.
Also, I mean, my phone's gonna shake. I have the notifications up on my phone, so.
But yeah, I definitely have this sitting here waiting.
Yeah, I kind of like don't want to look.
Maximum Impact.
Okay, now Max Impact does not have the best Stupid Infinite I've ever seen. I at least have to put it like SVC Chaos above that.
No, Stupidest Infinite ever is still MK versus DC. Like that one is the stupidest Infinite because everyone found that in like 2 minutes.
Yeah, but there's also like, you know, games I'd actually play.
Yeah, but we're talking about Stupid Infinite, so, you know, in case people don't know what we're talking about, that was Superman's ground pound. Remember how Jax had the ground pound that you couldn't block, so you had to jump away from it? So Superman had one that he went punchy, punchy, and he hit twice and knocked you down, but the amount of time it took to charge it by holding the button was just long enough. It's up.
Apparently,
was just long enough.
We got 2 links.
Okay. Do not say anything. Do not say anything. Here, let's grab the link here. Copy link address.
It is Buzz and Woody. All right.
All right. Oh, okay. Interesting.
Fascinating.
Huh.
All right.
All right. Well, let's also do this.
I want to see how close it is to the drawing.
Yeah, so I'm going to take away some of these things over here just so we can
get all the space.
Get the views here. Now, again, the first time we play, you're not going to be able to hear us very well, so we weren't going to be saying much. But let's do this. Ready?
Let's go.
I also saw something else, but I'm not going to say anything.
Perfect. Jesus! He's huge!
Ryo Sakazaki, the Raging Tiger.
Not bad.
Damn.
What do you know?
These two people.
What the fuck?
He stunned super turned into a wall down super.
I mean, or that was Guard Fans' CD.
Because they're fighting each other. Haha, my fireball goes full screen.
Oh boy.
That looks cool. Jesus.
He's Robert.
What is that? We have new mechanics. We have focus attacks.
We need so much to evaluate.
We have focus attacks. Yeah, it's a shame that they couldn't make King's kick look a little more like Robert's kick. Did they add a focus attack? Oh! Yuri's not on the team, but King is?
Alright! Alright!
Wait a second!
Right.
Wait a second! It's not Yuri, it's King?
Alright!
So wait, Yuri and Mai and
then who the fuck knows?
I'm putting Leona on there, dude.
I am absolutely not putting Leona there.
Probably Blue Mary, probably.
That's possible. That's possible.
But that's weird. Like, why would it not be Yuri, and why would they put King on the team? I mean, it's just weird.
No, you know what? Alice.
Oh,
so Alice. It looks like the 14 team.
Oh, because was that the exact same team in 14? Was Yuri?
It was, right? Anyways, I don't care. We need to watch this, because there's a bunch of new shit.
There is something going on over here. Yeah, exactly. So hang on a second. Let's do this.
What in the actual fuck did we just watch?
Yeah, no, like I said, new mechanic for sure. So this is really weird. But now it is important that I remember.
Yeah, okay, 14's King My Alice. So yeah, we can make this Yuri My Alice, and just swapping the two would make sense.
But it's still just weird, so...
Well, I mean, Yuri was also on the original Women Fighters team.
Right, of course, right.
Yeah, dude, fucking Ryo's a monster. Like, Hulk smash.
I know, right? I like the little filter that they added here for the...
That is...
Dude,
you are wrong! King is on the Art of Fighting team in 11. Don't tell me King has never been on Art of Fighting.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Do not tell me that.
I just accidentally got foot fetish.
God damn it. God damn it, dude.
Look at this guy, dude.
Dude, he's a fucking monster, though.
He looks almost like a different character, how beefy he looks. Like how has he ever been this blocky before?
I mean, he does look like Kenshiro, actually.
Dude, yeah, I mean, he looks like he's gonna fucking punch you and you're gonna explode or something, dude. Look, Jesus Christ.
Kick him.
Dude, look at him, dude. He worked out in between the games here, I feel like. He didn't look like this at all in 14, right?
No, definitely not 14.
Yeah, dude, the invincible dragon, huh? Dude, he is...
Yeah, I love like the trailer, though.
He looks like the Altered Beast guy. Power up. It's still always one of my favorite comics was that with the guy working out in the gym, and then he gets buffer, and then he gets buffer, and then they show him turning into the wolf, and he bursts out the window. Anyways. All right, let's do this. Yeah, and
Good
then
Lord.
Modern color here.
I like his new bracelets.
Dude, that's nice.
They look pretty nice. Like good texture and everything.
I don't know what that says, actually.
I have bloody...
Yeah, I mean, I can't...
Ryoko no Ken? I don't know.
I can't read Chinese either, so... Dude, look at his belt, too. And he's even got, like, a little, like a tag on his thing.
Oh, Kyokugen. Yeah, so his martial art.
Oh, okay, it is. Okay.
Thanks, chat.
Ryo Sakazaki. Okay, so here, I'm going to do one more thing here, too, as well, which is, yeah, okay, so that's the one on the left over there. So it actually was two characters. I mean, when I first saw it, I was like,
there's no way I thought.
It has to be two characters. And
I definitely...
Yeah.
I'm totally fine with being wrong.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And, you know, obviously they're jerks, too, because they're like, which character is this, you know? But wonder why they decided to reveal two at once.
To show us that they're not afraid to play catch-up, because we were talking about, like, if this game came out any earlier than, like, Halloween, this game's gonna have less than 50 characters.
Yeah.
So now they can kind of play catch-up.
And because they
did skip a week. Well, I think it skipped more than one. But at least the Hibiki week, yeah.
I know they turned Robert into, like, freaking Valentino before, but, like, Dude, look at this guy right now. He looks like the man.
He's looking like a DreamWorks like Prince Charming.
Yeah, or he could be the Man in Black, like, you know, from Princess Bride kind of thing. You know, he's like a swashbuckler. Yeah. You know, basically.
They've been kind of leaning into that.
Yeah, Johnny Depp. Dude, he's swag, dude. Check him out. Getting ready. Boom. So it wasn't a sleeve. It was actually
his fist in a weird, like, foreshortened angle.
Yeah, and they obviously smoothed the bumps on his knuckles.
Yeah, he's really leaning into the road to El Dorado.
Yeah. The road, you know, the both, yes. Yeah. Both. Interesting.
I mean, you've seen my Twitter icon.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. But yeah, they also smoothed out the hair piece out there. So they definitely messed with the silhouette a lot on this one. They definitely, you know, got us here on this one. So, okay. Yeah,
and so Charlie in chat is pointing out this whole trailer is meant to be like a huge homage to Art of Fighting 3.
In what way?
Like, apparently the intro to Art of Fighting 3.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Because I'm going to be honest, every time I played Art of Fighting 3, I just mash start and get to playing. So I have not seen that intro in God only knows how long.
Never played Art of Fighting 3. Here's their taunts.
But yeah, let's look at these. Look at these mechanic updates.
Back throw. And running at you, attack.
Yeah, it's definitely a game I need to go back to.
I would only want a new Art of Fighting in our lives if, when the two characters got close enough that they just like literally zoomed in and you only saw their faces, like
way too much.
Like just go ham with that. So here we go. The first instance of
what appears to basically be the focus attack, which, you know, was technically a similar thing existed in 12. Because that doesn't just look like his parry.
Right. He definitely. And that seems like a unique follow-up animation or something like that.
Yeah.
So 12 had some parries in it?
Yeah, and 12 had a very similar mechanic to focus attack as well.
Okay. Oh, that's a CD? Okay, got it. And then boof, flying in the air. And that was a knockdown. Is that his jump CD?
I was looking at chat. I missed it.
Is that his jump CD or is that just a counter hit?
Yeah, it's jump CD.
Okay, that's jump CD. Okay.
Now my phone's blowing up. I don't know why.
Right. Trade. Oh, he traded with the uppercut?
Well, that tells you all you need to know about
not having. Look at this. See, that's an uppercut trade right there. So they're showing that Robert's uppercut's not invincible, but
unless it's probably the meterless one or something.
Right. And the other thing too, what's interesting about that though, is that mean what? Roids Sakazaki. Okay, I like it.
Yep, that's getting retweeted.
But like the interesting thing about this one here is that that means the first vulnerable frame is still the first active frame. So you're still trading.
Yeah.
And so he gets this trade, and that's why he gets this cool... I guess he didn't get a combo off of that.
Yep, and then just defend.
Yeah.
And there's there's a bunch. Yeah, there's a bunch of JDs. Robert does like 3 in a row.
Oh yeah, you're right. I didn't even notice that the first time. The flash right there.
That flash of white is the JD.
I wonder what the JD is gonna do.
Engaging by the previous trailers, the Fatal Fury one, it looks like it adds more pushback.
Oh, okay.
In 14 it didn't do much of anything. It gave you a little bit of meter. It looks like it adds more pushback.
Another just defend right there. Yeah, look how far. And they made it so it missed with the towards A. That chain didn't even hit anymore.
Oh, was that like actually?
He was pretty close. Yeah. Look at how close he is.
Chaining into the low parry. That's a low parry.
That was a low parry. Yeah.
So that's what 3D.
You're right. Yeah.
No biggie.
There's the standard combo right there into the EX. So he does the EX here.
So which means he can do whatever he wants off of that.
Yeah, which is the uppercut right there. And then did he uppercut into EX uppercut?
Yep. Definitely.
Jesus Christ.
He could do stuff kind of like that in 14. Right. I don't remember exactly his limits, But yeah, that's definitely exactly ADP, EXDP.
Dang, okay. So here's Boof, Kick You.
Boot.
This is just the regular one.
Light Hurricane.
Yeah, okay.
Yep, JD, and he's like, nope.
JD again.
He's the fuck out of there.
Oh, and then he just...
And then he hits him anyway, but yeah.
You know what my favorite thing about that is? Haha, I have just offended on your... Oh! It's that expression on his face is like...
aw.
And that was the moment he knew he fucked up.
But
I'm a genius. Oh, no!
So yeah, I'm convinced that JD is a lot of extra pushback.
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me. Okay, so now that looked like a combo?
Oh, yeah.
So that's his target move. Because it looks like
it's...
Ryo, he recovers in time.
It looks like maybe like 1 frame different.
Yeah, it might be like perfect. Because like, it looks like Ryo is like... See, I think he's recovered. I think he's recovered here. This might not be an actual combo.
It may still be an overhead in that situation then, but it should still technically work.
Yeah, but yeah, for sure that's crouching light kick chained into forward, whatever this is. Then he can cancel this into the dive kick that he has.
Yeah. Which is a classic.
Right.
And he's like, I'm out.
And then you see the back roll right there. Have we seen the back roll recovery?
Yeah.
Before?
In the Fatal Fury one we saw.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because it also goes fucking nowhere.
Yeah, Orlando Bloom,
Yeah.
And I just like the fact he's like, haha, my fireball goes full screen. Here's the EX one. And
and stuffed.
Get wrecked. Yeah. Jump CD, backdash, fireball.
Just takes it.
I'm just going to eat this.
And still 2 hit.
Okay, forward throw. And then...
Yo, was that a safe jump?
That looks like a safe jump, dude.
Like, wait a minute.
And then get EX Hurricane this time.
Yeah, which means I can do whatever I want off of it.
Because it gets that kick on the way down, so I'm going to do... Oh, dang.
Uh-huh. Okay, yeah,
that
so back it up.
That's not... I thought that crouching heavy punch would air reset him, right? Or is it like Alpha Game?
Let's find out.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it looks like that's a catch anywhere situation.
Right.
Which is terrifying. Yeah, because there is no way that's not air resetting him.
Right.
Which means that EX Legs has juggle anywhere.
That's crazy, dude. Okay, so then, then you're down here, and I get the kickity. I do like that the legs do raise little by little every kick, too. Yeah. No, that's not DP.
Yeah, that's just 5C.
Dude, there's one point where he just kicks you a bunch in the same place, but he launches you way up there so he can still get
and then the extra DP.
A jab DP in there. Okay, here we go. I kick you out of the air. That was the CD, I'm assuming, there. And then I'm going to... Oh, but my EX uppercut is invul.
Yeah, because EX DPs.
And then... this shit.
Yeah, that's intimidating.
So, is this normally a CD animation? What?
Yeah, that's a CD animation, but he's burning meter on it.
Right.
So, what is that going to be, like, quarter circle forward CD?
I don't know, right? That's the thing. And there's some, it's this guard cancel animation, people are saying? What's interesting about that, though, is that this just showed that it's safe on block, right? Because now I get to uppercut you.
In theory.
Right.
Because Ryo definitely acts first.
Yeah, blowback and CD are the same animations. Oh, okay. Yeah, this some sort of meter cost here, but like I said, it's safe on block. It's clearly safe on block.
I mean, in theory. Like, go back one more time. Because look how fast Ryo acts after blocking it. Compared to like what Robert does, and then Robert throws out a DP.
He might be doing too slow of a move or something like that.
I definitely don't agree with it being charged because it flashes too early in the startup.
There's no way you can charge through it.
So let's see, where does the frame end?
Dude, check out that knee, dude. He's gonna stab. He's gonna poke out your eye with that knee, dude. Jesus.
So yeah, now Ryo is out. So it probably leaves you like -2. Wow, did he just stand up for 1 frame before doing something else?
Looks like it. Oh, he tries the uppercut. And then...
Yeah, so forward, down, down, forward.
But wait, why is it that Robert's uppercut wins then? He has invincibility. Maybe it's the heavy uppercut.
No, that's still a crouch C.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It's still just a crouch.
But yeah, okay. And then, heavy uppercut.
But still, why does this miss? There has
because
to be...
invul, yeah.
Yeah, he has to have invincibility
and then it just runs out.
Right.
Yeah, and then exactly, Robert's using the heavy DP.
But I mean, we just saw the other uppercut trades. Yeah, so it's probably the light DP.
That's probably the light one, or
the A versus the C.
Also, like that crouch C might have run out of active frames. That's a possibility.
Right.
But yeah, that's a big old DP.
Yeah.
He's out.
And that one hit twice there. So and then the back.
And then toss fireball.
Yeah. And then here we go.
Yep. And then so he fucking tanks it.
So here's my question to people who have played 12. How does the 12 parry work? That's why I said to the people who have played 12.
The last time I played 12 was the first month it came out.
Right. So back plus CD, and how did it work? Did it behave like this? Was it like a focus attack? Was it basically just a focus attack?
Like, did it have recoverable health, or is it just like guard point for one hit?
It's one hit of armor. So basically, it is exactly this. Then
looks like
it is almost exactly this, where they just kind of no, 12 was the first.
The first pretty sprites one.
Right.
Well, people are going to say it's focus attack because they're more used to focus attack than any other mechanic that's similar to it.
Yeah, there you go. Boof, and
then it crumples.
Oh, this one crumpled. The last time he got the wall bounce.
It might vary on counter hit. It might vary on whether it actually punished. It might be a full charge compared to a fucking half charge.
Right. Interesting. Because, like I said, the last time he got wall bounced, and this time he gets crumpled.
So that might be a variance of counter hit and not, or whether it charged to unblockable or not.
Hip airborne or grounded,
yeah,
that's definitely a
there's a lot of variance.
Well. Yeah, but he gets the crumple here. And
then just a regular throw.
And then he does this combo here and doesn't
actually,
cancel
can you back up a little bit? Okay, you did stand C into it.
Yeah, boof. And then
stand C, forward A.
Pow. Doesn't cancel it, even though he could have. Here's a standard throw. Wait, does he get a combo off of his throw? No.
No.
Thank God. Okay, so now he runs at you. Sorry, Jasmine is blocking the screen, I know. And then
I'm tanking it now.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's fast startup, dude, because that's a cancel, right? And what move is Ryo doing?
I think that's like punch.
Okay, because he cancels.
He's had that.
He cancels.
Yeah, RDP.
Okay.
Or quarter circle back. One of those.
Yeah. Wait, that's not a grab. Or is it just one of those hit throw things? But he tanks it.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, and then he gets the focus and it crumples.
Yep. So the wall bounce must be the airborne. Then that makes sense. Okay. And then boof.
And then level 2 super.
Yeah.
Which is fast as shit.
Dude, get wrecked. Dude, watch Ryo, dude. Ryo, it's nice because they actually, he's reeling in all these different directions and they all match where he's getting kicked, and it's kind of neat.
Doop, 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 doop.
Whoa.
I'm gonna charge him a fireball.
Oh, that's just part of the animation. Okay.
Yeah, not fireball. Whatever.
Yeah.
And then spinning knockdown, face down.
And then...
Nope. That's pretty.
Yeah. And that's kind of neat how they do. I'm just trying,
So, actually, that creates an interesting question in and of itself.
Right.
Is the climax cancel, is it because the fireball hits something that it becomes cancelable? Or are they letting you cancel fireballs on whiff, or what?
Which one?
Well, so they're canceling the fireballs clashing into their respective. Which, by the way, if they let us do this is fucking awesome. they both climax canceling, and instead of being the 2 super flashes back to back, it's actually doing them simultaneous.
No.
That would be so cool if they let us have that.
But like I said, the thing about for me though is just like I'm just wondering how they did this. Like if they did this, KK had to have them, or whoever made this trailer had to have them standing in this exact. Yeah, they do shift a little bit.
Yeah,
so, you know,
that would have been so cool.
It's just the
shift. Could you climax cancel with fireballs 14? I didn't play characters with like fireball supers, so
I didn't even realize how far back I went.
Yeah, I didn't play characters with super fireballs, so I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you can see it's definitely they just edit into 2 different footage here.
Yeah.
So
it was cool though.
But I mean, obviously at normal speed, it happens so fast that you can't see it basically. So it's just 2 separate footages here.
Okay, so Ryo's is definitely Heaven's Glaze still. That's the punch.
Oh, the one punch?
Yeah.
The Huam punch?
Woohoo!
Yeah, we didn't get to see either of their climaxes then, basically, so... That's cool. Shatter all expectations.
Yes.
And there you go.
And then boom!
With King, Team Art of Fighting. Interesting.
I don't think it's new, but it's modified or stolen. Like that punch is not new.
I mean, Ryo looks straight up Dragon Ball in that picture.
Yeah, he looks kind of badass there.
Yeah, he looks like he's a Dragon Ball character. He's got the orange thing.
Actually, let it play. Because someone pointed out white flames instead of the purple flames and stuff from the last one.
Yeah. You're talking about
when they do the like team.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, the white flames on this one. Yeah.
And sparklies.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. Shatter all expectations.
Super Saiyan Patrick Swayze. Jesus.
He's a road mansion instead of roadhouse, basically, right? So because he's so like
road brick shithouse.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, now I just imagine if Mary does show up in this game, she's just gonna run up and Terry and be like, "Look, King and Ryo are on the same team.
You're fucking up.
Yeah.
What are you fucking up?" Yeah, I do feel bad that Takuma's still not coming back like this, but, I mean, he could be on the new Team Old Man.
You are feeling bad. I'm feeling bad, okay? I need my Takuma in this game. Clearly my favorite character.
That's actually a good point, is that if they let Ryo be this fucking jacked, what are Ralph and Clark gonna look like?
Oh, if they could make him
if they're back to, like, 13 size.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, 13 styled, yeah. But you know what's actually cool about this is it seems like some of the characters, like obviously Andy was one of them, but they are taking and touching up some of the older characters.
Yeah, the models are getting like huge reworks compared to 14.
Yeah.
I mean, look at King's butt.
Yeah, King she's definitely got some butt injections. Butt injections right there.
Yeah, dude, if they bring back Takuma and
that was
Saisyu,
definitely a surprise rose. Let's just put it that way. So, you know, haha.
Yeah, Takuma, Saisyu, Gang-il would be kind of sick.
I want an old man team. If there was an old man team like that, I might just play that team. Oops, there it is.
I wouldn't bet on the new mechanic being playable aerial. And yeah, we did have evidence of the auto combos earlier. Because one of the trailers, I think it was King, actually like performed her 14 auto combo. Oh yeah, and according to what they've shown us so far from the story and canon, Tung is actually straight sitting this game out.
Right.
That's why he's not on the hero team.
I know I have the volume really low because I don't want
to rip headphones.
Robert Garcia.
So was this the first time we've seen Just Defend?
Yeah. Oh no, Just Defend? No. Okay. Just Defend has definitely been shown before.
Okay.
but this new focus thingy.
Right, came out of nowhere all of a sudden.
Which right now, like, honestly, I just want them to do the mechanics thing so I also know what to call it. Otherwise, I'm just going to be calling it focus attack for the next few months. And they don't want that for, like, branding purposes.
Right, exactly. You don't want to just call this focus attack forever.
Yeah. Like this makes the pacing look. Like, do you have it on a higher speed by accident?
No, this is regular speed.
It looks really fast.
Yeah, the game does. I mean, KOF has always been a faster game, right? So.
Yeah, this looks really fast. And again, like, rolls have much smaller distance. And, like, recovery roll, the Ukemi, goes fucking nowhere.
I mean, the thing about it is, Showbiz, we don't know. I mean, that's the thing is there's probably like 700 mechanics they haven't showed us yet. You know what I mean? They probably don't want us to see a bunch of the mechanics just yet. So we're not going to get a trailer explaining mechanics until very much later.
All right, you know what? I'm going to say it. Before we actually have Neo Wave's grooves. Because we didn't see them do max mode in this trailer.
Oh, that's true. So what if having the alpha counter is like...
Yeah, like the focus attack thing is one, or actually having max mode is the other.
Right. Interesting. That might mean... Yeah, because I mean the whole... like the 98 style, right?
Yeah, like extra and advanced mode.
Right, exactly. Okay.
I wonder.
Yeah.
Groove's just an easy way to call it.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. So, exactly.
Like,
so I wonder if I mean, it's obviously it's nothing conclusive.
Right, yeah.
But the fact that this didn't really have like the max mode, much less a quick max, but it had that new EXCD parry thing.
Which seems like would be a really powerful mechanic, because you get fucking full ass combo off of that shit, dude. That's not a joke. And so, like, I feel like, yeah, what if they did that and, like, maybe that mode has more strength, the other mode is a little bit...
Yep, and they didn't do level 1, 2, 3.
Right, exactly.
Was there any point in the trailer where anyone had the blue glow?
No, not at all.
I wonder.
So this could actually be...
It's a maybe. We might have the different modes.
Okay. So you know what?
Yeah, and the fact that they didn't officially show a climax cancel there.
Yeah.
Like they just were like, we canceled into level 3, and that was it.
Right. That's true. They canceled the level. Well, we've seen cancel the level 3s without the blue, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
But not 1, 2, 3.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I know some people want max combos from 13, but I know a lot of people don't.
Oh, the HD combos?
Yeah, the crazy HD combos.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. I'm perfectly fine with the way 14's was, where you had the EX moves, and the EX moves are just dumb. But now that you can do, EX moves without max mode.
Right. No, I actually kind of agree with what you're saying, though. I feel like maybe that they are going to do mode select. I think that would be kind of neat if they did.
It's not out of the question.
Because I mean, it's a good way to add a lot of variety to the game as well, right? So, yeah, it does seem like that's what they're hinting at. I mean, I agree with Showbiz. Like, if that's what they're doing, I kind of like that idea. Actually,
I mean, here's the thing: is that if nothing else, let's talk about it just in this way. This will be the first time we've ever had a game with modes, grooves, etc., where you can balance patch them.
Yeah.
Because way too many times there's one that's clearly better than the other.
Yep.
So if we do have the different modes, different grooves, and it turns out that, this parry thing is broken, they can fix it.
And you know what? I remember I said that even the all the times that we've seen them actually do the stamp thing, I said it looked like advanced mode a lot.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's just what max is.
Right, yeah.
Any raw max mode, it's all based on advanced, power up.
But it felt more KOF 98 to me than other...
Than, like, 02.
Yeah, and stuff like that, so...
Actually, E3 is not out of the question, especially since E3 is not in person.
Right.
We might get some stuff for E3. You know, if people are doing something really interesting, they'll also be tied to that new project that Combo Breaker is associated with.
That's that.
What is it called?
Yeah, but I mean, it's not Combo Breakers associated with it. They're literally running it.
And, well, yeah, it's Combo Breaker and like 40 other groups and all that stuff. Yeah,
but they're the ones running it.
Okay, that event. They
right.
said they were going to
Alive, that's what it is.
Look Alive. Look Alive said they were going to have like, you know, content reveals and announcements and stuff.
Really?
Like,
okay.
It looked like they were implying that maybe a company or two will have something to show there. Now, I could be reading too much into it.
I for some reason, I thought that was more just like on TO reveals and stuff
maybe.
like that. So, Look Alive is what Combo Breaker is doing this year. In place of the in-person Combo Breaker tournament. So if you go to, you know, the Combo Breaker's Twitter, you'll see a bunch of stuff on there and some cool artwork too.
And I think that would be a really good opportunity for, you know, them to reach out to companies or companies to reach out to them and be like, hey, can we just show a trailer at your event? Because,
I mean, we still don't know anything about EVO. There might not even be an EVO this year at this point.
I'm not holding my breath for an EVO this year.
Mm-hmm. So there might not even be a good place to actually show anything at EVO, right? So maybe Combo Breaker would be a good place to do that.
And, you know, I mean, they have a really good track record and really good positive vibes from all the community. It'd be a good place to show it.
Oh, man.
But, yeah, and I mean, E3 still exists. You know, they could just be like, hey, we've got this thing. Or even if it's not at E3, but during the week of E3,
right,
just be like, oh, by the way, you know, you'll want to tune into YouTube on, you know, Tuesday or whatever.
Of course,
we're going to show this thing.
Yeah. But again, I mean,
it might be at the Sony keynote. Thwho knows?
I mean, honestly, one of my favorite things about this trailer right now, too, is just that, you know, we've mentioned that a lot of the returning characters came back, and they're, you know, it feels like they hadn't really touched up much of the animations, but I feel like these characters look better.
Well, so I'm going to be honest. Like, something I've been really thinking about is I feel like in terms of, like, gameplay, roster, deciding who DLC is going to be, all that shit, this game's done.
Oh, yeah.
Right now, like, they're just blowing the next 6 months on polish.
Right.
I think that's where we're at, because even these returning characters look better than a lot of old returning characters.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You're thinking most of the game is actually done.
I genuinely think the game is largely done, and it's all polish and balance right now.
Or netcode.
And rollback netcode, yes.
Yeah, because now they might be like, shoot, well, we kind of said we might put rollback in. We better really do it.
So, I think some of them look a little better. I honestly do. And I mean, they have to adjust the animations slightly to fit the new models anyway. So, you know, might as well take a polish pass on them. But I do think some of them are still just better.
I mean, it also just could be a kind of an effect just on the fact that the models themselves look better.
Maybe.
That they make the animations look really cool, so...
Yeah, I mean, even so, like, you could see it in the stages. If you look at, like, the early trailers and then look at later trailers and look at the stages, they're, like, night and day, some of them.
Right.
Yeah, no, this game is looking pretty nice. Yeah, exactly. Animations are the same, but better.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not saying there's new, but there's definitely a lot more polish on them. Oh, yeah, no, I mean, everyone's got new models.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but haters are going to say whatever they want. Like, it doesn't matter what.
Well, it's like
does.
I said, Rugal, like, my opinion on that is I called it meme inertia. That's the term that I called it. I just think people are, because 14 looked ugly and people enjoyed being able to shit on the game for that reason, that they're immediately looking at this game with this critical eye, and they're trying to look for it to be ugly so that they can try to maintain some of that hater joy that they get.
People like being mad.
Oh, shoot. Shout out to Mr. Karate. What's going on, dude?
Karate. Like,
Thank you for the raid. Thank you. Appreciate that.
But yeah, I mean, people like being mad. People like crapping on other things.
Well, I mean, like, Street Fighter V is one of the perfect examples, right? First season came out, yeah, you get mad that every character kind of plays the same. 5, it's like, in this current season, that's definitely not the case anymore, but everyone still says it. Everyone still says it. MVCI, like, people will still shit on this game when everybody knows that the game is fun and has good netcode and is,
people still want to argue over whether the game was fun or not. But
right.
I also want to point out something. There's a difference between it's bad and I don't like it.
Right, exactly. And that's the main thing. And
if you don't like MVCI, more power to you. But you don't say it's bad,
thank you,
in terms of gameplay.
Thank you, Aber, for the sub. Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, like, it's crazy because, like, even back in the day, when I used to joke about, oh, Tekken's on, time for me to grab food, and all that stuff like that, I didn't like Tekken. I never shit on the game. I just didn't know anything about it, and I just didn't enjoy watching it. And so I wasn't going to be like, this game sucks. Like,
this game sucks because I don't play it.
Right. For me, it was always, I don't know enough about the game to form an actual opinion, so I'm not going to have an opinion except I don't enjoy watching this. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. So, and it's just people... I
mean, sometimes I honestly like watching Tekken because I don't know what's going on, so it's like watching, like, pro boxing. Like, oh, a guy punched him in the mouth. Awesome. Right. Whatever. So,
and nowadays it's just a really freaking beautiful game, so that adds another layer to.
Yeah, but I'm just not willing to pick up a second job to play a new game. So, that and I have a new KOF on the way. So
and actually that's kind of one of the reasons why I'm okay with Strive being a little simpler than it was in the past. Because I don't want to have another job to learn.
I am so glad I don't have to learn FRCs ever again.
As a person who actually enjoys execution, fuck FRCs.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, FRCs were. Ugh.
Yeah, I think this game is, like, honestly, this screenshot I think is actually pretty indicative of how far SNK's come in the past few years with their 3D models.
Yeah, because, the thing about, FRCs, the one thing that I also hated the most about them was it wasn't a universal mechanic. It was arbitrary, the window in which you could FRC. And so they were like, we'll just make this one frame because we just don't think it should be as reliable.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Faust is the entire recovery of one of his supers.
Right, yeah, exactly. So, that's like, that was one of the things I hated the most about FRC. So, no, Ryo's face looks really good. I think Robert looks really good too, so.
Yeah, no, this is a good time to be an SNK fan, honestly. Like, and if you have to defend it from people who feel like being haters, then cool. But like, just let people enjoy things. Enjoy it.
Honestly, like for me, not to just bring up a sore point or anything like that, but obviously the recent ownership change of SNK is like that is probably the most concerning thing for me. And if people want to say I'm not going to play King of Fighters 15 because of that. More power to you. Yeah, more power to you.
You can vote with your buck.
Right, exactly. But, it's just like the people out there who are like, this game's ugly, ha ha ha. Like, they're just doing it because they just want to.
Because they don't have an opinion of their own.
Right, and they just want to.
Sorry, did I say that out loud?
They just want to be. There's just a group of people out there that that derive too much fun from shitting on things. That's just all it is, so. Right, it's a good way to put it, Wesley. I'm less inclined to support SNK these days because of that, but the game isn't ugly. Yeah. Right, exactly.
Yeah, and for me, it's also like I've met enough of like the staff at SNK and stuff that like for them, it's really they're making the games that they want to or to the best of their abilities, and they got a paycheck to put their family, put food on the family's table, kind of thing. If one group of people transfers ownership to another group of people, they don't really have that much power to change that. If my job gets bought out by somebody and I still have a job, I'm not going to be like, no, I quit now. I'm going to at least, make sure I have other work lined up. You don't always have that option. And it's more of an option in America than it is in Japan. Like, you don't just up and quit a job and expect to walk into another job at all times.
Yeah, exactly. And then Sultan Cobra says, no problem. Someone's saying he doesn't buy the game because of who decided to buy public shares, but I have a huge beef with people trying to convince people to not buy it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, like I said, I totally get it. Even if you do try to convince other people not to buy it, I totally get it. But like I said, I know it's a sore point to bring up, but that's just kind of my example. Like that's kind of something that you can talk about, but to have like some sort of like, okay, yeah, I have issues with this, but that's kind of like an intelligent conversation about it, and it brings up a lot of good points.
Yeah, but if you're just like fuck your couch, Charlie Murphy. Yeah, that's totally different.
If you're just going her ugly game, her because ugly game, yeah. Whatever, dude. Fuck you guys, basically, if that's what you're doing. So, but yeah, I mean,
yeah, and that's the thing. A lot of old SNK heads kind of feel that way. Is that if this game looked like trash but played good, I'm still in.
Right.
But it doesn't look like trash.
Right, and actually, this game looks really fast right now. So
yeah, that one, like that trailer, really, I think, spelled out in crayon how much faster this game looks and feels.
Yeah. So I'm excited for the game. I'm excited.
Yeah, 100%. Like if you were in on 14, you really should be in on this one, I think, because this is just going to wind up being, in the worst case scenario, a better 14. That's been my base stance on this game.
God, why would anyone want a Mortal Kombat character in a Smash game? Like, that is just like the worst idea ever. And again, it has nothing to do with...
I mean, you just sound like people shitting on things.
Well, the thing is, so what I was about to say is, I don't want to say that it's because I hate Mortal Kombat. It's just because Mortal Kombat is 100% antithetical to the spirit of Smash.
Good boys and girls.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So like.
Yeah. I mean, Sub-Zero would be a pretty cool character to have in Smash for freeze text and stuff. But if you have a Mortal Kombat character and there's no blood in the game at all, right, it's gonna feel weird.
And he doesn't fatality. I mean, MK versus DC already felt kind of weird already, you know.
But Bayonetta's not like centered around gore.
Right, exactly. Bayonetta is still like lighthearted, you know what I mean?
And I mean it's got like sexual context.
Yeah.
Which all you do is tone that down, problem solved. And even then it wasn't. And then
on top of all of that, I actually feel like Bayonetta, Nintendo put out Bayonetta 1 and 2. I felt like they had kind of a motivation.
Yeah.
I think just they had a motivation. And to be fair, Nintendo's not censoring their games as much as Sony is these days.
Yeah, but Nintendo also still made the Wii U.
Yeah.
Which is where Bayonetta 2 was.
Yeah. The Wii U, man. That console was so good. It got such a bad rap, I think. They did a lot of cool things with that console, dude. They did a lot of cool things.
That's where Mario Maker was.
Yeah. I mean, one of my favorite things was the Wii U pad had the sensor bar on it, so when you turned it into Wii mode, you could just play it on the pad and use that thing as the sensor bar. I thought that was sick, dude. I actually really liked the Wii U, but oh well, whatever. I thought it was a cool idea. But I'm also more of a Nintendo fanboy than anything, so... I mean, to be honest with you, the tablet thing actually made Splatoon work better because the map was down there, so when you wanted to jump to different places in the map...
Yeah, but they still haven't given me any Super Scope support, so I don't care.
You're still like one of the only people that remembers the Super Scope existed.
Much less fondly.
Right, I have a Super Scope downstairs right now, dude. I'll bust out the Super Scope. Oh God, I love the Switch. I think the Switch is like the greatest console ever created. So I'm if I can buy a game, I will buy it on the Switch before I buy it on any other platform if I have that choice.
Yeah, not this guy.
Yeah, I love the Switch so much. What, are you trying to eat something? It's like she's trying to scoop something.
Like she's trying to groom
it.
weird?
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways, yeah, I love the Super Scope. One of my favorite games of the Super Nintendo is on the Super Scope. Like, it's just how it is.
I don't even think it's underpowered necessarily. The Joy-Cons being a problem is definitely a valid concern. But the drift is a problem, but I still like it.
No, Kitty actually just had one of her Joy-Cons give out on her.
Oh, no.
But fortunately, I bought a new set of Joy-Cons because I wanted different colors.
So you just gave her the old ones.
I gave her the old ones.
Yeah,
She's like, all right, good to go.
Uh-huh.
Now I can play Pokemon Snap.
I mean, honestly, the biggest problem with the Joy-Cons is that they're freaking expensive, dude.
mad expensive.
Like they shouldn't be $60 for this, but you know.
What are you talking about? 60? They're more than that.
Are they?
They're like 80 for the pair.
No.
Like 70 or 80 for a pair. It's fucking ridiculous. And of course that's pre-tax.
Right.
Oh,
well.
Well, I mean, we can use that as our segue.
Yeah, Scorch is giving us our segue.
Thank you.
So, like, I mean, I was talking about this earlier, too, because 15 is confusing me because I feel like we don't have like, what do we even call it? The Shune Saga? Like, that's like the worst saga name ever, right? I mean, the Verse Saga? What do we call this right now?
The Souls Saga?
The Souls Saga?
Yeah, the Returning Souls Saga
Right.
or something. I don't know.
Yeah, so...
Oh, 100 Canadian. Ouch.
Ow. So yeah, so basically that kind of leads us into this whole thing about the timeline, and that was what you want to talk about. You kind of want to do a little bit of a These Hands saga, the Unga saga. Let's go. Let's just get,
So, I mean, I've mentioned a couple of times that KOF's canon and timeline are completely fuckered from the originals of, like, Art of Fighting, Fatal Fury, etc.
Right.
Especially because Art of Fighting taking place in, like, the late 70s.
Right, so Art of Fighting takes place in the late 70s. Fatal Fury, Geese officially died.
Yeah.
Right, so...
So there's a lot of, like, jank there. So
Right.
I'm not trying to go, like, too hardcore into it, but I wanted to kind of, like, build a little timeline and some presentation showing, like, how much KOF has diverged from the original canons. Mm-hmm. Especially, like, let's pretend for a moment that, you know, the 10 years that Ash Saga took doesn't actually, like, weigh in on this.
Right, because this is the thing, is like, I asked you about this too, like, the delay between all the games and everything like that is not included in the game, and we've reached, wow, this fictional material has lasted so long that Bart Simpson is going to be in the 4th grade forever.
Yes.
Basically.
Another one, like, I like talking about, so I'm going to introduce anyone here who's not familiar with it. There's a theory in Marvel Comics. It's the Franklin Richards theory, or Franklin Richards paradox, which is back in, like, the olden days, like 50s, 60s, Marvel Comics canon was actually super consistent. Like, characters actually aged relatively naturally. It's how we got Spider-Man from, like, high school into college, stuff like that. They did a pretty good job. And then Franklin Richards was born, and there was a bit of, like, a change of management that happened both at the same time. Next thing you have, Jubilee is 15 for 20 years.
Right, yeah.
And basically, all of the shit is just thrown all to hell. And so the theory is that Franklin Richards' reality manipulation powers meant that now Marvel is on, like, a sliding time scale. And that's why characters aren't aging. It's why certain things don't happen to matter back to back. All that kind of stuff. KOF's kind of fallen into a very similar problem. Yeah, is that, you know, Athena has been 18 for 20 years.
Right. I mean, like I said, this is something that happens to franchises that they didn't expect were gonna explode like this, right? Like when you make Street Fighter 2 and you create Chun-Li the character, you give her birth year of 1950 or 1960 or whatever like that, because you're just like, it's just for
not
this
gonna
game.
last
it's
forever,
fun, right? Yeah.
Oh,
now Chun-Li is 70 years old, right?
Multi-million-dollar franchise now. I'm not gonna stop printing money. You know, and so you get, you know, issues where if you have the original birth date and stuff, you know, next thing you know, this character is supposed to be way older than they are. Characters stop aging. Bart Simpson is, you know, 40-something now, whatever.
I mean, like, literally between every years of The Simpsons, he's probably had more episodes in school than they were allowed for the days of school in a year. You know? Like, he's probably had actually a year and a half worth of days at school, you know, in 4th grade.
So, apparently that's not technically true, or it's half true. That KOF didn't give birth years. KOF 94 and maybe part of 95 actually have ages for some of those characters, which is how I got to that post I made finding out when Ralph was apparently born, because apparently in KOF 94 he's like 36. So if you backtrack from there, he's born in the late 50s. So Ralph is older than dirt at this point.
So I think Ralph and Chun-Li should get together. They're the right ages, right?
And so characters have had to have, like, their ages retconned a little bit, and some things have had to adjust. So let's pull up the little timeline I slapped together. It's nothing too amazing, but it was just there to kind of drive the concept home.
See, I know you 100% intentionally left the bottom right corner a little blank so Kyo wouldn't block anything on the screen, right?
Absolutely. I'm a genius. I
this
promise.
is all planned along, and the way you made it's above the synchronized logo.
No.
We planned this whole thing out for sure.
I think I have a plan. So, anyways, basically the bottom line is KOF, obviously, because that's just on its own timeline. You just kind of have to accept that. Everything else kind of works. So, we get, first things first, we have Art of Fighting. Starts in 78-ish. I believe it's 78. Then it goes like 79. Then half a year later is Art of Fighting 3.
Okay.
Cool. We fast forward for a while and we hit 1985. And that's where Ikari Warriors and Psycho Soldier came out. You can kind of infer that Psycho Soldier actually takes place in that year.
Right.
Ikari Warriors, you can kind of totally do that because, guerrilla warfare. Right. We're looking at the Cold War. Yeah, sure, totally. That makes sense.
And it was also just the height of, the Stallone command, Schwarzenegger popularity.
Yeah, so apparently went so far as Stallone actually owns a copy of Ikari Warriors, the arcade cabinet.
That's so sick.
I think it's the funniest fucking thing.
That's actually really cool.
Oh yeah, no, OG Goddess Athena is outside on this timeline.
Exactly. She's centuries ago kind of thing. So
and then assuming that all non-KOFs actually are tied together somehow, let's pretend that.
Okay.
Art of Fighting 2 is the first ever actual Fatal or King of Fighters tournament.
Right, this one right here.
Yeah, right there is the very first KOF with Young Geese as the host.
Okay. So Geese has always been, he was the creator of the King of Fighters tournament then, huh? Okay, so this is the first one, huh?
That's not even, answerable. Really?
Yeah. I mean, if you will go through the Fatal Fury timeline, Terry is clearly way overpowered.
Terry's way the fuck up there. Kyo's pretty strong, but still by himself isn't that great. Most of the bosses are really going to take that title because, it took 3 of them to take down Genitz.
See, that's what I thought as well, Hypersonic. I actually thought Athena just didn't age because she was magical, but I guess that's not actually the case.
She is actually just the most current reincarnation of the goddess Athena.
Okay.
Yeah, Orochi itself would definitely be there.
I usually don't end up watching a lot of those random death battle things because they usually just make me mad.
Yeah, there's only a couple of them that I feel are well thought out enough. Most of the time it's more like a popularity contest. Right, the only one I actually really like is the Superman Goku because it's always Superman's problem is he's always as strong as he has to be. So he's kind of going to win. Anyway, so then we get up and we hit 1991 and we actually have Fatal Fury. Which at this point is the 10th KOF or something. It's the 5th time Billy would be winning it, and Terry whoops his ass. And we go Fatal Fury 2, then there's a 3-year gap, and we go Fatal Fury 3, we hit all the real bout nonsense. Geese dies.
In here.
In that ballpark.
Yeah,
And then, if you see that little notch off center there, is Bariki 1.
Okay.
I kind of wanted to put it in its own timeline, and then I kind of wanted to put it in Art of Fighting, and then I read the thing I see on the right there with Ryo. Ryo is honestly the baseline of fucking up all the timelines. Everything is Ryo's fault. This could all be one canon if Ryo was consistent.
Right,
But apparently he has a moving birth date. So, yeah. He's the only character who's old enough in design to actually still have a birth date, but modern enough that they've had to adjust it.
So in Bariki 1, did they actually list his birth date in there? They did? Oh, geez. Okay.
Yeah, so fuckery ensues. And then we have our last little notch up there on the top, Mark of the Wolves.
Right,
which I honestly thought Mark of the Wolves was actually a lot earlier than this. But apparently it's supposed to take place 10 years after the death of Geese.
Oh, dang, okay.
So that means it's approximately 2005.
I mean, that makes sense because then Rock can go from being the kid that was found to being 16 years old or whatever like that.
But I honestly thought it was a little earlier. Maybe 03, 04-ish. But
right. No, Ryo is the main reason why that KOF is a different timeline. Yeah.
And so I use these three characters because they're the ones who cross over with each other the most. They have more appearances across games than like basically anybody else. And you can really see how things kind of fall apart. So that's basically like the final point of, KOF is 100% its own timeline, Geese's death notwithstanding.
Right, yeah.
Because they have to make adjustments for how long they've been around, what sort of events have occurred, and just how much would actually conflict with one another. Everything ranging from Ryo's age, Geese's death, Southtown got blowed up, the existence of Second South. We don't even know if Second South exists in KOF.
Right. And then the other crazy thing, too, was that even SNKs decided to kind of fuck with everything a little bit, because we were just watching the Shoryu game video for Terry, and in KOF, he actually has the dream of
Geese's death in fucking Real Bout.
Right. Yeah. He actually dreamed about it and was like, oh, this never actually happened. Like, was that them acknowledging that they're just going to erase the other timelines, or?
I think it's more like that's just a weird sight gag, but the thing is, I think that part of it is the same thing we've had happen with Last Blade, we've happened with a couple of the other franchises, basically everybody except Samsho. These canons are done. We're never going to get an Art of Fighting 4. We're never getting an Ikari Warriors 4. We're not going to get our Mark of the Wolves 2. Those are done, and everything is pretty much going to be carried over in KOF's new timeline.
Yeah. No, I mean, we were talking about Rock, because if Rock was about 6 years old here, he would be 16 here, which actually puts him old enough just to be in the later KOF games. But then this... But then
he still doesn't appear until 14.
Right, he doesn't appear to... So that is the first time he showed up? Was 14?
In terms of a real KOF.
Right, but then these little splits here don't really actually count. So it's almost like if this gap is here, what's actually happening is that these times are sliding forward a little bit. And so now, instead of King of 94 taking place in 94, it actually took place in 2004, or something weird like that. So...
Yeah. So now KOF is completely on a different time scale from everything else.
But, I mean, clearly the biggest outlier is Art of Fighting. Art of Fighting timeline just doesn't...
Yeah, like you literally have to yank it forward at least 10 years to make anybody from Art of Fighting work in KOF. What's
funny about that, too, is that we thought that that Buriki 1 was part of it, but now you notice that they have two different birth years, so never mind about that.
Yeah, even that doesn't work.
Right.
Yeah, so you just have to accept that KOF is 100% its own independent canon, and if anything crashes into it, like, I guess. Like, it's literally that picture. I guess.
Yeah, that's right. Which games does Rock show up as in Terry's win poses?
It's as late as 02, I think, is the last time it occurred.
Okay. So, yeah, he's still about, 7, 8, 9 years old here in this situation.
But yeah, 02 was the last time that occurred, because then 03 he becomes Mark of the Wolves design Terry, Wild Wolf, which then they stopped doing after 11.
Right. I mean, it kind of makes sense a little too, because if it was supposed to take place here in 2005, by the time we get to KOF 11 and he's in the new design.
But that's also why 11 has Gato and Janae and Tizok. Yeah.
But again, the thing about it is, obviously the amount of time that passed between 2003 and 11 is not canonically 5 years or whatever, right? Or even 2 years, right? So it's just all craziness going on over here.
What is a K9999? That seems like something that's been redacted and no longer exists.
Yeah, I mean,
what's a
that's no name to me, right?
9999?
That's no.
How do I even pronounce that? Yeah, K49 is gone.
Yeah. He's literally
litigated
out of existence, basically.
Yeah, have you seen some of the art books? He's literally a silhouette. He doesn't exist.
That's so funny.
And I've said it before. I've heard that in the SNK offices, they can't even refer to him by name. He is gone.
I mean, what's interesting to me, though, is that what they've done now with KOF 14, with the whole concept of verse and then kind of rewriting history, especially with Ash rewriting history and Verse bringing people back from the dead and stuff. It almost feels like maybe what they're trying to do with this series is do a retcon series or something like that, and so that they can figure out a way to merge all the timelines,
to condense things, unfuck them, and Crisis of Infinite Earths, great.
Right, yeah, basically, yeah, that's what they're kind of doing, right?
So all we need is Superboy Prime to punch space and time, and we'll be fine, right? That's how it works.
That would be Shenwu, right? I mean, he would probably be the one that would punch it, right?
No, it has to be Ralph, Galactica Phantom.
Oh, okay. Oh, man. It'll be Ryo, Ralph, and Shenwu all punching at the same time. Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Yeah, difference is you can block Ryo sometimes.
Because, I mean, that's what a lot of games are doing, right? Because, I mean, what was interesting was that Mortal Kombat, like, for example, they rebooted in X.
Yeah.
Oh, no, they rebooted in 9. I'm sorry. They rebooted 9. And then even in 11, they rebooted everything and acknowledged the existence of every other one and made it so that they were all alternate time. They made it the Matrix, in which it became that it was cycling over and over and over again. Of course,
because DC does that too.
Right.
DC can't go more than 10 years without rebooting everything except Batman.
Right. Exactly.
So, I mean, they're all under the same umbrella. So, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, Warner Brothers just stands for reboots.
Well, we're going to get the Harry Potter reboot soon if it wasn't for the fact that Rowling just has way too much money at this point in time. So
they'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, Weeboot.
WB stands for the Weeboot. I mean, MK11's story was messed up, but my favorite part was still old Johnny Cage getting sick of young Johnny Cage. Like, that shit was hilarious.
My favorite part was not playing it.
Yeah, I know.
I took a hardline stance on that game. But yeah, so... I mean, I don't want to joke too much about it, but, like, no, Crisis of Infinite Earths and just condensing everything from, like, SNK history. I mean, honestly, I can go, like, over there and hit, like, Sam Show and Last Blade and how they can even apply to these franchises. I mean, sort of. Was
it, like, Genon is supposed to be the ancestor of Mai and stuff like that, right?
And Last Blade has, like, Kim Kop-Wan's ancestor in theory.
But, I mean, didn't, like, the actual, like, Spider-Verse comics, like, kind of go crazy like that? There was, like, the weird... one web that was the time web and shit that they like,
and then there's the spider totem.
And then, like, there was all these, that Spider-Man was actually some sort of weird timeline kind of like symbol that was going to be born in every timeline because of whatever.
The Madam Web shit.
Like
which then we got the video game Shattered Dimensions and Web of Shadows and all these games that also do that stuff. Oh yeah, Zentetsu and Eiji as well.
Interesting, yeah. Like, that whole thing...
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's Kizuna Encounter. That's right.
Yeah, that was the whole thing I was reading about the Spider-Verse stuff. And I was like, what the hell is this? Jesus. But,
no, like, comic plots going unchecked always leads to a bad time.
Yeah, I'm even scared of the Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, because, like, are they really going to start going in that direction of going crazy with multiverse, you know?
Or they might just kind of talk about some of things that could happen.
Right.
Honestly, they might just use that as a way to close the loop on, like, Netflix and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
Who knows?
We were talking about this yesterday, man.
At great length.
If Jessica Jones freaking shows up in, like, the She-Hulk thing, like, just because I've read at one point in time that Marvel said that if they were going to bring any of the Netflix characters back, it would be Kristen Ritter's Jessica Jones, because they really liked it. They really liked that.
So did the rest of the planet, apparently.
Yeah, it's so good, dude. Well, I'm sorry, the first one. Yeah, What If, obviously, they're doing stuff there. But in any case, it feels like the way that Ash reset the timeline and now people are back alive again, it feels like they're trying to set up their own kind of reboot. So they're like, you know what? We can go back to Rugal. We can go back to this. And and Terry even having the dream... you know, about that is like, maybe it's a vestige of the other timeline that somehow versus death.
I mean, let's do it. Let's go Crisis of Infinite Earths. Let's condense all the timelines. Let's let 15 have 98's, mode select. Let's just go in.
Yeah,
And I swear to God, if you let me tag in this game, it's over.
If it's actually a tag mechanic.
If not, just, let SNK, let me make 11 Like, I will work with you.
Dude, you know what's so crazy? What if they like had that trailer and to reveal King was on the team, they would just be fighting, and then all of a sudden you just see King just jump in.
Dude,
like,
oh my god, I would fucking lost my goddamn mind.
Yeah, you would have sent Jasmine running across the home basically because you would have slammed the table so hard, dude.
Yeah, no. So I'm gonna be honest.
Sarah Death.
I want an 11 I don't think 15 should be a tag game. I think leaving tag in the past and just like expanding on it is fine.
Well, the reason why I think is because we're in this new era of fighting games at this point. So Street Fighter 4 was a rebirth of fighting games, right? We're kind of in this new era. Like I'm sensing a new age of fighting games because there's this interesting like reboot, simplified kind of like
we're in like 1998 again, right? In terms of like fighting game popularity and design,
right? And so making a KOF tag right now would be a mistake. I think keeping KOF as true to its original, or maybe even bringing back the mode select to harken back to 98, I think is a great idea.
I think mode select is probably like, I will not be surprised if like we actually called it here today that it's a mode select.
Yeah, and so I don't want it to be a tag game. No. If they're going to do another tag game, just 11.
11, just make 11.
Least amount of work possible for them as well.
Especially because you can still recycle all the old assets and sprites.
Right, exactly.
It's like, I want to add this character who wasn't in 11 from the back.
Like the fact that you have told me that, the community for KOF 11 has just accepted not doing certain things because it's broken. Like, they literally have
this is an infinite, you get 5 reps, then you have to stop doing the infinite.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's unblockable as a meaty. Yeah, we will call you out on that.
So it would just be cool if they came out with that, tweaked it, maybe even up the balance so that some of the bad characters are a little better. Maybe tone down a character like Gato or something like that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, who else besides Gato would feel like would probably need to be toned down? Like
Kula, K-Dash, Ryo, maybe Oswald. And I would even go so far as to tone down Ralph, Duck, tone them down a little bit.
Right. I wonder how the scaling works, because it would actually be cool what they could do for the ending of Ace instead of this big unscaled thing.
They should just let it be big and unscaled. Just make it less big.
Right, you can make it less big, but I was even thinking you can even just get rid of that mechanic and instead just make the end be a bunch of hits fast, but then at minimum scaling it'll do the same damage no matter what, or something like that. But
they don't need to add a bunch of code. Just be like, oh, it does like 50 damage unscaled now. Well, fuck it, now it does 25 unscaled.
Right, yeah, exactly. So, but I mean that's why. It's not just because again. I know how much you love the game. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying this just because you're trying to turn me into a KOF 11 head over here, right?
Just fucking play it with me.
You guys don't understand. I woke up in my sleep and Olaf is sitting there going, play KOF. Oh shit. And then he runs away.
I'm just standing over him, breathing heavily. I've got to scrolling a message on my phone.
Yeah, he's holding a Gaitendo voodoo doll, above my head and stuff like that. But, it's not just because you're obviously a big, huge fan of it, but I just think from seeing the footage of it and stuff like that, this is one of those games that I feel like would be far more popular had it had a better release story, it was just in the awkward time in the transition of hardware. I mean, it's the same reason why the even the Naomi board kind of was messed up.
It had 2 games that people remember.
Right, Street Fighter 3 and Second Impact are all part of that whole weird timeline of games getting lost around that time.
You want to play some KOF?
I really feel like that 11 would be one of those games that could get us, if enough of the actual KOF 11 fans were like, hey, this game is out now, it's balanced, it's cool, let's all play this game, it's got rollback thanks to Code Mystics and all this stuff like this, it could be one of those really crucial revival games because it's so unique and different from all the other KOF games. I would like to see it get that kind of a chance because I feel like it was really not given a fair chance to succeed, what I mean?
No, I mean, I'm still really fortunate that, I was able to get my hands on a PS2 copy, and we had Arcade Infinity, which actually supported it.
Right. And see, I wouldn't want, 13 with rollback would be cool, but 13's still too recent to me right now to warrant that kind of thing,
Yeah, it basically, I'm going to say it, I don't think it needs it. Right. You know, it at least got to play on the Evo stage for a few years.
And it's gotten balance patches.
Yeah.
It's actually gotten balance patches at this point. 11, I just feel like is so 10 years old, too new. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, 11 is just one of those games that I just feel like got kind of like an unfair shake, to be honest with you. So
I don't think we should play Vanilla 02.
Oh man.
It is on Fightcade now. I guess Flycast has integration into Fightcade, but yeah.
Yeah, Flycast, right? So, yeah, but a lot of people, I like you can see in the chat, most people are here like, I don't know anything about 11. I didn't know anything about 11 until you, right? Like for me, 11 literally doesn't exist in my brain until we started talking about it. Like, I knew nothing about it, you know. For me, 2000 to 12 is like that was the jump for me, basically, you know. Or 2002.
No, I mean, right now I'm trying to see if I can get somebody to actually like get back in stock like PS4 to PS2 Brook adapters.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So I can use training mode instead of save state.
Did you actually talk to the Arcade Shop guys and see if they had any?
I mean, I've been keeping an eye on like their inventories that they have listed on their website. I haven't heard shit.
But I mean, you might want to ask them because they may even have the ability to ask Brooke and be like, "Hey, can I get one?" Maybe. You know. Yeah.
But no, I mean, 11 is literally it's the Marvel of KOF.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
if you like Marvel and you're totally fine with that particular flavor of bullshit, like, you're gonna be fine.
Right.
And if you're looking for an honest game, 11 might not be the game for you.
Yeah, but that's why I think it could actually come out and be like Sailor Moon, right? Like Sailor Moon.
That's tempting. I'll hit you up about that later.
Okay,
Thank you.
Okay. But yeah, like the like Sailor Moon, like people. As much as we are enjoying balanced games right now, people like bullshit, right? If you can make a balanced bullshit game, that is like everyone's favorite. That's where UMVC3, I feel like, is so popular right now because, I mean...
That game is fucking bullshit.
There's no way when that game was going straight zero Virgil that if you ever told me somebody could win tournaments or at least place high with a MODOK on their team or a Nemesis on their team. Or Hagar on their team, I would have laughed at you. But it's at that point where it's actually weirdly kind of partially balanced by
also, SNK Heroines was a tag game, and SNK Heroines is awesome. That game's fun as shit. Like, it didn't even try it. It was another tag game. Right. The game's awesome.
And you know, that's just the whole thing. Like, I feel like people would love 11 because of how crazy bullshit it is. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I think it would be fun. Now...
I've got kind of this little stance on it. Is that every fighting game is fucking bullshit.
Right.
They're all bullshit. It's just a matter of your particular flavor of bullshit that you're willing to take a bite out of.
Exactly.
Like, Street Fighter V... That game is bullshit.
So full of bullshit.
That game is fucking bullshit. But it's got a particular flavor that I can't jive with.
Right.
Like, I don't like the unreactable throw Oki. You just have to fucking guess if you're getting shimmied.
Right.
I can't have fun with that. But you want to sit there and fucking do like, oh, this
Magneto
is a double cross up with lightning bolts and shit. I'm like, yeah, fucking.
Hey, I'm Nova, and you can't tell if I'm flying or if I'm on the ground. But that kind of level of bullshit feels cool. Right?
Yeah, KOF 11 has left-right incoming. Okay, fucking let's go. I don't give a shit. That's my flavor of bullshit. We're in there.
Right. And for me, like, that's why I want 11 to get something in particular. Because like you said, 13 we've seen. We got an Evo stage. We got the soccer stadium chance, which was awesome. And I would love to see 11 get that kind of opportunity because because I've been in the fighting game for so fucking long, I get what gets popular. And KOF 11, if it came out at the right time and has the right attitude for people to go into, I think people would enjoy it. So,
I don't know what that link is at all.
Let's see. Do I dare click on this?
Maybe not in that tab.
There we go. Has announced the currently in development release date.
Switch? I'm not convinced on that one. I feel like that's a placeholder.
I mean, it says confirmed. If it says confirmed on the web,
you know what?
It has to be real.
Actually, you know what? Let's bring out the trailer again. Oh yeah, I've seen some of your posts for Arcana Heart 3 and that character being total bullshit. Yeah, go to the end and look for the copyright information.
Yeah, okay.
See if there's anything confirming anything there.
No, there's nothing.
Not a damn thing.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, technically, it's on Unreal. They made Sam Show work on Unreal on the Switch.
Yeah.
Like, it's not out of the question.
It's like I said, I think when people talk about like the Switch being weak, I think that they're overdoing it. I mean, yeah, when I played Bloodstained and it got to the part where the tower had to rotate, that game fell apart.
Dude, the fucking game doesn't run right on PS4. But the thing is, that just seems like a placeholder page. I don't think anyone's actually confirmed shit. I've never even heard of that website, releases.com.
Right,
like, let's be honest.
Exactly.
And, like, that's not even, like, a hard website to think of. Like, and somehow I've never heard of releases.com.
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah. I mean, my favorite site with a goofy name like that with an obvious name like that is still howlongtobeat.com.
Nice.
That's my favorite site because that tells you people just submit how long it took them to beat a game, and you get the averages and stuff like that. And
oh man, I kind of want to throw off the curve now.
Well, no,
I still haven't beaten Lords of Shadow 2. I started playing it when it came out.
Not like that time. Not that time. And the nice thing about it is they have the different categories, like beat the game, 100% the game.
Yeah.
Do this to the game. Do blah, blah, blah. Like, they even have categories of, like, beat the game quickly and beat the game slowly, kind of stuff like that. And, like, it's so funny because, you know, we all tell this story by the time we, you know, at least for me, when you get 40 and shit like that. Like, you know, before when you were younger, you were like, God, this game is 6 hours long. What a freaking waste. And now when I go to how long to beat, I'm like, how long is this game? 6 hours? I'm in. Yeah. Let's go. Perfect length for a video game.
No, like, I have no problem with, like, you know, FF7 Remake. You know, I'm on the end of my second playthrough that I haven't gone back to touch in a year now.
Oh, wait, how long is the remake?
Depends on if you plan on doing most things, at least. 30, 35-ish, maybe 40. Yeah, I mean, agreed. But I also give a shit. Right. And I will play a long game I give a shit about.
Right.
But, you know, like, I'm also totally fine with playing a short game and being like, darn, I wish there was more.
I mean,
that's why I've been playing shit on, like, Itch.io every so often. Because of, like, a 5-minute great experience. I'm in.
I heard they said that Village is, like, 8 to 10 hours long. And
people are complaining.
And I was like,
they've never fucking played a Resident Evil before.
Yeah, I know, right? Resident Evil is definitely just one of those games that you just kind of cycle through a bunch of time and experience multiple times for fun.
Like, I mean, I'll admit, I'm one of the people that's still mad about Resident Evil 3 and how short it was.
Oh, because
I am not talking about the remake.
Yeah,
I didn't play the remake.
You didn't play Resident Evil 3 remake? Was it not good or something? Or
it had a bit of a bad rap, but I just couldn't bring myself to care. But the original Resident Evil 3, I was like, this game feels really fucking short.
Yeah, it did. But I mean, it had the first of the pseudo mercenaries, and at least that led to Resident Evil 4 Mercenaries, which is like the greatest thing ever.
And I've still never forgiven Capcom for taking away Piano 3 from me. Do you want to have this conversation again? I don't think you do.
It's okay. Only if I get to talk about Michael Bay and Transformers again.
All right, so no then.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even RE2 remake like has huge jank design problems that the game is perfect on your first playthrough. But the moment you understand how it works and you play it again and again, it's kind of disappointing.
And also, that's also long too, right? Resident Evil 2 remake.
Your first playthrough can be pretty long, but after that, no.
Oh, okay. Right, of course. I mean, but
it's really a matter of like you're pacing yourself because it's Resident Evil. It's a survival horror game. Yeah.
I mean, like when me and Investigation Cone and Jason and my brother were playing Silent Hill 3. After we beat the game, we found out that you could get the Sailor Moon costume and shoot the lasers and stuff like that. But in order to unlock that, you had to kill a certain number of enemies through saving and, you know, keeping on doing that. And we literally read that, and on the third playthrough, we were like 2 enemies short, and we had killed every fucking thing so that they didn't respawn anymore. And we were like, God damn it. And we had to play it like a whole 4th time just to get through it again. But, you know, by then it's like, it's a couple of hours to get you through it. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I knew someone who actually, you know, did the, was it GamePro? That had the fake, you can unlock Akuma in Resident Evil 2.
Oh, yeah.
He actually completed the task.
Someone actually did it?
No, someone I know.
Oh, no.
He beat that game like 12 times with 1 save each. Like, it was bullshit. He fucking did it. And
is what not was because
mad.
he believed it, and he did believe it, and he didn't realize it was an April Fool's joke? No!
In all fairness, though, that April Fool's joke was genius, using Street Fighter EX models and putting them in the shot.
But I mean,
EGM. I think it was EGM.
Yeah, it's EGM. Yeah. But I mean, like, even the Sheng Long being in the game, literally on the page, it's like, we also have an April Fool somewhere in this magazine. See if you can spot it. Like, on the damn page, they were trying to make you realize that. I mean, and then not only that, but the person who submitted the tip was from the city Fuljigen, HA.
Wow.
And HA is not a state.
Fuljigen, ha.
Yeah, it's literally Fuljigen, ha. And, like, they did everything they could.
Now, in all fairness, you're asking Americans to know American geography.
And look,
in the 90s.
Look, the state didn't at least start with the letter M, okay? Because I will never get any of that. I don't know what's Minnesota,
like 5 of them,
Missouri, right? Montana,
Maine.
Maine. Yeah, I don't know what any of those things are. Oh, man. But yeah, the
Sonic and Tails in Melee. Ooh, I forgot that one.
I didn't know about that one. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hey, I didn't make the country. Too many states, kinda.
Dude, I just found out.
And we're thinking about adding another.
Dude, I just found out from someone else who's, fairly on the, probably like mid-30s or something like that. Apparently, they played Carmen Sandiego and didn't know that the game came with an almanac. And so when they were trying to play it, they were like, this game was so impossible to beat. And I was like, the game came with an almanac that had all the answers in it. And she was like, wait, it did? And I was like, oh my God.
Wait, you ever play the Bill and Ted version?
No.
It was a Bill and Ted time travel one. It also came with an almanac.
That's so sick. I did not play that. Okay. Oh God,
the states and the nations of the world.
Don't get me started on that one because I can do like the first 2 verses. Like I can do like the first 2 verses. Yeah. So yeah.
United States, Canada, Mexico, Panama,
Haiti, Jamaica, Peru, Republic, Dominican, Cuba, Caribbean, Greece, El Salvador too. Okay. Anyways, but yeah, I can't even imagine playing Carmen Sandiego with without the almanac because that's where you found all the answers. It was literally look up all the answers.
I played the Genesis one and I just kind of powered through it. It's hard, but it's doable.
Right. Oh man.
Yeah, I think it was like a shareware on like Windows 95 or something, the Bill and Ted one.
Oh, okay.
But it was pretty lit.
Yeah. Being your ship's computer nice. Carmen Sandiego, yeah. Nothing will still ever be better than that TV show, the game show.
Oh
Carmen
yeah,
Sandiego.
that shit was awesome.
Dude, and
it's like on PBS, right?
Yeah, I used to watch that after school all the time because the freaking theme song was so catchy.
In the world,
did we talk about that on this stream before? Did we talk about that? Or was it on the
so.
Tuesday show? Because I was like mad that the new Carmen Sandiego that was on Netflix didn't just reuse that theme song.
Did you watch the cartoon?
The one that just came out on Netflix, right?
No, the original cartoon. In the 90s, on Fox Kids.
No, I did not.
Oh, man, that cartoon was awesome.
Yeah, but they did a new one, and I was mad that they didn't do it, and then some people were like...
There's a YouTube documentary on the game show?
Oh, that's so
Holy
sick.
shit.
I'm gonna watch that.
We have to.
But, like, literally, I was like, they didn't reuse the theme song. That's terrible. And everybody in my chat was like, did you play the interactive cartoon episode that they had? And I was like, no. And they were like... You need to play that.
Oh.
You need to play that now. And like literally,
I'm about to get emotional.
Yeah, literally, like you play through the whole thing, and your reward is all the characters in the cartoon singing that song.
Oh my God, that's amazing!
And I was like, they did it! Oh my God, it's so great. I mean, I would pull up the song, but we'd probably get DMCA'd at this point in time. So.
That's cool.
Where in the world is
Carmen Sandiego?
Yeah. That show was so great, dude. I love that. And it was just put the...
Tell me you're old without telling me you're old. Got it.
Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, that's good stuff.
So anyways, this is a hell of a trailer.
Yeah.
I'm glad I yelled at people to not get my hopes up. I still would like Gaitendo to show up at some point, but I'm not going to hold my breath.
Yeah, it actually did turn out to be pretty much Woody and Buzz.
Yeah. I'm still genuinely surprised that it was 2 characters.
Yeah. We forgot to do the artist segment today.
So here's the thing, is that we actually don't have a normal artist spotlight. So what we're thinking of doing is something that's going to take me a bit to set up because I had trouble finding it. Okay. So we may end up just actually skipping it.
Postponing it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But where in the world is Gaitendo?
Where in the world is Gaitendo?
Freaky one Gaitendo.
There you go. Nice. Yeah, I can't, like, the funny thing is, like, all the singing and stuff that I do and everything like that, it's the low voice that I can't do. I can't get, like, I've tried to do Johnny Cash at karaoke, and that shit is hard, dude. I can't get that.
It's especially because when you're in a low, like, octave, and then you go for the higher notes there, because then you're in that, you're in your dead zone, basically. That shit's hard.
Yeah. Oh, the documentary? Okay, cool. No problem. We'll definitely check that out.
But yeah, so we were thinking about actually going through, like, the immense amounts of Shermie fan art we've seen.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, I haven't even, like, scrubbed it to make sure that it's, like, that some of it's Twitch safe.
Dude, you're talking about Boulder Dash? I can go back as far as Hard Hat Mac, dude. Like, seriously, dude. Oh, man.
A full Wooly-style SNK lore series before 15 comes out.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, I don't even know enough about Wooly's work to know what Wooly style would be.
And it doesn't matter because all we would do is just play all of Shoryu Games videos.
Let him do it for me.
Yeah, I mean,
and
honestly,
then, I'll just make notes every so often.
Shoryu Game, honestly, who we have highlighted before, his videos are great.
Yeah.
If you want to know what the SNK lore is, just go to Shoryu Game on YouTube and just watch all his videos, and you'll be doing fine.
Yeah,
so.
It gives you a really good baseline, and it's really entertaining and fun.
Yeah.
Also, watch Tanzong's videos, because they're fucking hilarious. Quick recaps of the KOFs.
Right, except you won't learn anything from them, but they're entertaining as hell. So.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, it's more like, if you know the story, you get the joke.
Right, exactly.
But if you don't know it, you're like, what the fuck is that?
That's basically fighting game tutorials, right? Yeah. If you don't know fighting games and you play a fighting game tutorial, you're like, I don't understand any of this. But if you know the fighting game and you watch the tutorial, you're like, this is the greatest thing ever.
Like, I fucking love the 11 one. It's super funny to
me. 14 introduce you to M-Dash and E.T. Yeah.
And Kusanagi sings, baby.
Oh, man.
And Botan.
And Botan, yeah. I mean, like, one of the
that's
videos,
the most you know about Botan now.
Like, the videos, like, if I didn't know about you telling me from the previous episodes of SNKronize that she did the puppet thing and the strings and all that stuff like that, when that happened in the Tanzang videos, I would have just been like, what is happening over here?
And now you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah. Now when I saw it, and then they did it again later on, like, I actually could laugh about it, so... But otherwise, yeah, everything else, I'm just like, okay. Oh, man.
I mean, if you guys aren't careful, I'll end up doing another episode on Mary. Shit.
Oh, man.
I still need to, like, post up more and more of, like, the collection.
Oh, shoot. I think Flashy Flash must have subbed, and I missed it. Because he went from not having an icon to having an icon. Or he just turned it on, and I'm not sure what happened over there. But,
weird.
Okay.
What the?
Sent you a question. Where?
Probably a Twitter DM somewhere.
Okay, fair enough. Oh, man. But yeah, no, I'm happy with Ryo and Robert showing up at the same time. And it's interesting, they actually call it 16-17. They actually call it trailer 16 and 17.
Ah, fascinating.
Interesting. Yeah, at first I thought we were gonna be able to see a lot more stuff because it was longer than a minute, you know. But then I was like, oh, but it's both characters, so that makes sense, basically. So. Oh, that's right. You guys did make the Blue Marys, didn't you? Right?
Yeah. We actually finally mixed those.
Right. How did that turn out?
Mixed.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
They're actually a bit sweeter than I expected.
Oh, I might actually like them then.
Yeah. And actually, the gin does not really shine through very badly at all, and the blue carousel just a kind of flavor, the lemon, you know.
Mm-hmm. It's got lemon in there too. Okay.
Yeah, it's a little bit of lemon juice, sugar, blue carousel, gin, and then topped with champagne. It does not taste super boozy.
Okay, what was there was a super strong lemon alcoholic drink that someone recommended to me a long time ago.
A strong zero?
No, it wasn't. It was this was years ago. So I forgot. It was called like a lemon drop or something.
Oh, a lemon drop, yeah.
Yeah, it might have been that one. So I like fruity
alcoholic
drinks.
I didn't forget. I also that's an alternate costume, and I included regular Max Impact Reggae.
Yeah. Okay, we'll take a look at that.
Card Queen Gem. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. We'll take a look at that. So.
Yeah, we will definitely be digging.
Yeah, I mean, at this point in time, I mean, these trailers, I mean, while neat and everything like that, just judging as me as a previous editor, this is a good days and a half, 2 days work. So I feel like that they could probably do a lot of goofy. The hardest part is going to be capturing the footage that they wanted, like being able to show the just defend and all that stuff like that, or even getting the uppercut to trade with the punch.
I mean, especially in these ones because it's two players together.
Right, someone's helping. So the two people are helping.
There's two players actually recording all the things, or they have really clever usage of playback,
right?
And the HUD removal, masks.
Yeah, honestly, me, for combo videos, Jason would help me capture shit, and oh my god, sometimes that was a nightmare.
Oh yeah,
yeah. That's why every time someone says oh, this was staged, I'm like, dude. There's no way. I mean, the closest one was that crazy Sako Itazan match that they played that ended up in the double KO. I don't think they were actually playing that, though.
Yeah.
There was
probably some pre-recorded.
Almost zero probability that they could have pulled that off that consistently to get that one. So, yeah. Pretty sure that was probably a programmed, a input program kind of thing, so...
But yeah, so I skipped that alternate one. It's also one of the things too is whenever we do the artist spotlight, we definitely make sure to get permission from the artist.
Yes.
So there's some that I have to still reach out to before we can do anything. And so that's why I was also a little fuzzy on the Shermie one because it's just we're just be going through a whole Twitter thread.
Right. Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, obviously we're helping the artist, but still, I don't want to be presumptuous and be like, "Look at me, I'm great. I'm exposing your art to other people." I want to make sure. Exactly. I just want to make sure that they're okay with it, and if something happens, they'll understand what's going on and things like that. So
yeah, because I mean, also last week with Ichika, she's been like, "Oh God, now everyone knows how much ramen I eat."
That's hilarious.
So it's been a little jarring for her, but it seems like it's going okay.
Always one of my
hopefully
favorite
nobody's
things
a creep.
About the exposure bucks is, do you take these? Fuck no. The oatmeal comic,
that one's
dude.
A good one.
That one will never leave my head because that one is just you get paid in exposure. Oh, thank you. Hey, do you take these? Fuck no. It's always one of my favorite comics, dude. That's one of those ones I'll always bust out again just because it's such an ongoing conversation. But my cats are hungry.
Well, honestly, I think we're pretty good.
Yeah, I think we're.
So let's just run the trailer one more time and just see what else pops up, and then we'll call it a day.
I'm gonna turn the volume up again a little bit so people might not be able to hear us. So just keep in mind. But that way we can hear it and stuff like that too. Mm-hmm. So. And
then we can start planning our closing music.
Yeah.
The Invincible Dragon.
Who do they get to see?
Ryo Sakazaki. The Raging Tiger.
I want screenshots of it.
Robert Garcia.
Rob Schneider.
Use the parry and overhead button that he has like a fake. All I think about is safe jump on that. I don't even know if that's a cancel. That looks like a link to me.
Team Art of Fighting.
Oh, actually,
Shatter all expectations.
You know what the funniest thing to me is though? The commentator in me. Every time I see this segment right here, let's see, what is it?
safe jump.
Yeah, one, I want to say safe jump there, but like every time I see, where's it happening? This one. I always want to go, oh, he dropped the combo! Because he didn't cancel the towards A into anything. Oh no, he dropped the combo. What do you want to close out on here?
I agree we should pick something from Art of Fighting or an Art of Fighting, like, theme of some kind.
That's a great idea, actually, yeah.
The problem is that, like, my favorite Art of Fighting theme is maybe not everyone else's. So
let's find what's like standard Art of Fighting.
A lot of people are like, or at least Dan is like really shouting from the hilltops. He wants the 2000 one.
What's the 2000
like
one?
KOF 2000 Art of Fighting team.
Oh,
theme.
I see. I was gonna want to play something from the original Art of Fighting.
Go for it.
Like, what's this one here? So
that's the whole soundtrack.
Yeah, there we go. What do they got in the whole soundtrack here? Let's see, what do we got here?
Yeah, and Diet is life indeed, but yeah, since she's not in this team, we'll save Diet for later.
Oh, it's stage backgrounds? Is that what this is? Or
yeah, pretty much.
Because I'm just trying to figure out what happened to my freaking... There we are. Because they're all named the exact same thing or something.
No, look at the second line.
Oh yeah, Artifact. Yeah. Oh, it's this. Okay, yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, okay. So these are all not necessarily character themes here.
Yeah.
My sister
is advertises. All right, yeah, perfect. Exactly. Yeah, that's what everybody wants. Yeah, it's a good ass one.
Think it's good enough there.
Perfect.
Actually, it kind of fits the controller.
Oh yeah. I'll just keep the old one. I mean, I listened to the 98 one a lot, so. Let's close it out and send us home.
Thank you guys for tuning in again to another episode of SNKronize. Stay safe out there, and we'll catch you next week for the next videos.
Make that all full screen and send us off. Top right.
There's too many damn cameras. Oh, that's right, because it's not a Logitech camera.
Alright, everyone. Y'all take it easy.
Alright, peace. Good night.